chemi kebeberta ni Melbourne, Australia. Biga Melbourne, karibuni sana. Biga Melbourne, angot wakili, angot Pastor Moses activity tugul nebo Tumaini Fellowship ingo limba Melbourne, Australia. Kalida mitun ako ingian engemba utabrani. Gibendi agere gebik chebo kebeberta nimba Western Australia. Ulimba headquarters chebo biga Mount agere mitunin. Konde kabisa keunek barak ni subech engemba utabrani. Big up Sydney, Australia. Karibuni. Washianisho angena lomi lockdown. Ami gosupkyak nyanep the coronavirus. Angena lomi lockdown omi ulimba nyumbani. Washianisho sikusikike tastai. Kibagenge hapo iko tut eng betut abrani. Big up emetab Kenya. Mautienak big up tuluap. Ngetun ulimba the Mountain of Lions. Angena logonge tenganisa. Ngumi kabisa chonjo wakasekashi kwa jenga hango Dr. Tarus oleng saishek chep saa tisa kityo kikotunen boishek simushek ako kente tutye nebo Igere ne Chitab Kalenjin so bikab Tulwam Ngetuny mametok makimetok ibwotok Tulwam Ngetuny fraternity tinye bejitab Tulwam Ngetuny fratna ngakere kakeshian sho kotakchike masindak amawe emetab olimbo the land of the right brothers Olimba, the land of Olimba, Columbus, Ohio, abwatwak, hakuba kampuni nebo Tolcom ko kampunit agenge ngimi emetab Australia, ngimi ematunwek tugul ani akimeche kongalal ak biik ing Olimba Reserve, Olimba Mashinani, angen majority of people koboisie WhatsApp, lakini WhatsApp ngap kolen ture bi network, mati ango ture network ingian kampuni nebo Tolcom. So ngalal ak biik ak chamanik kwak ngalal ak angot kobatiem iboisie kampuni nebo Tolcom. Ite onrotini kityo ing Play Store atyo ngalal ak biik moja kwa moja. Kongoi agere director anan CEO nebo kampunitab Tolcom nata ko Dominic all the way from Olimba UK. Kale isube chini kwa chini ak beti komi Olimba the Scotland ko sube engemba utabrani. Kale balosi Peter Rono amune emengung agere koiborie celebration koiborie gulungulut amangu agere engineer kakowek kimi holiday baibai agere kemi live eng tetutienyo nebo Igere ne Chitab Kalenjin. Karibu balosi Peter Rono.
Kongoi osea kongoi kasubik kyok kastoik kyok tugul kimeche ketachak eng tetutiet episode number 32 nekitinye kelchin eng betutab rani ko koking'etye kebeberta nebo South Africa korani kebendi ko emet nekile Bahrain noto komite the Gulf anan ko Middle East eng chemengen ko kitokchinigei kebeberatak kole kakinyorchi chepkametinyo nekimeche sikenai nyo meche sikokatech eng tai yo kemeche kemwa kongoi osea kichomegei eng olep Ohio kokoek sama emet lole asista ngano ko agere kotungenot betutab rani ko agere chepkametinyo eng kebeberta nin abwoti ale mite Florida eng betutab rani kong'ete wikit konye kokomakemi nobo kulungulut kokimi Independence nekokimwokto fireworks eng emoni ko nobo kulungulut kobo November no ko kokimite notok Independence ko meche sikomwoiwech Janet bandanyi ole kokotokchigei eng olimbo kapkwembeiyo mongen kokokewe Bahamas kokokewe ngiro chang islands kabisa chemi olindok kosikomwoiwech amu bo komonut emono so kichomegei eng Ohio ko ameche kityo Janet ameche ikotisye siketach chepkametinyo kokatech tokere Ainea Kemboi following from Cyprus ko kimeche kemwa kongoi Cleophas Cheruyot anan Cleophas kosubech akine kimeche kemwa kongoi David Kibrono kosubech kobun Baringo Mogotio kongoi Sang Victor kosubech akine eng Eldoret kimeche kemwa kongoi kimeche kesom kele sharean laikan ak share ak a friend asikobit kenyoru kelchin anan kitinye kelchin eng betutab rani ketinye chepkametinyo ne entrepreneur yani chemung'oroindet abwoti ale entrepreneur ko mung'aret so komwoiwech ngot ko ki mung'aret ko olindo bo Middle East anan kiwendi tembea olotok anan kimi kasi ne kasi abwoti ale oye kororon tukchu Philip Sang kosubet kobun Columbus ko chitab abwoti ale mi Columbus ni akobun olindo bo Merwete chitab omi zip code agenge Jebiwot ingolimbo gaa olin. So kongoi agere Mano Kilel kosubech from Kericho. Karibu Mano, ageri ngora ki mongeno Latema ko Latema ko mongeno lemnyeno kongoi enginye akakwek tugul josubech. Isaac Kipto kosubech koragine from Dar es Salaam. Kongoi Isaac Chitab Dar es Salaam. Ko agere ale chambi kobun takwek cheterchin. So Osea kimeche kesharean Jebiwot ko cham kemite tugul Kalenjin Nation kimite chu tugul chu ko abwati ale bichobo tugul chebo Kalenjin Nation kemeche kelecho karibu. Philip Meli kosubech akine kobun Australia ko kongoi. Agerin kora Joel Chesumbai Tanui kosubech from Eldoret. Kongoi ngakwek tugul chosubech biikab Kalenjin Nation ko origo sikobit orne Jebiwot rani. Cham ongen ine kemite mtandao no king'ololi kemite jogilen silent majority. Mi alage che kemi silent majority kisubi kityo. Ko chang joto mi silent majority ko kararan kora ina Jebiwot ile Jebiwot ko ng'o. So simongotepche olen kityo cham go active ngolotok lakini yoe boisionik cheechen. Ko kongoi Janet mongen ale kager ale mi Florida agere kityo sosia na mi ana ale mi Florida mi California ra. So kimite bra beach koibunu beach atya inyo beach kora. So karibu agere Arab Sajin ngolimbo Australia. Kongoi Arab Sajin chito nebo musongnotet akine. Kongoi akobo shows che iyoe kimwaun kongoi. Honorable Francis Rono chitab ketik eng olimbo Uasin Gishu ko kongoi. Oye cham biik cheisubech eng betutab rani ko kager Jebiwot cham biik chemeche konai kole Jebiwot ini ko ng'o. Konoe betutab rani ale kikure Jebiwot Elizabeth. Ko cham angen ane Jebiwot ko siketestai kem. Ko Janet imyeno ra?
Kongoi Balozi, kongoi Hosea actor nebo kondit rani, Jebiwot Elizabeth Bischof. Karibu sana. We're so privileged to have you today. Akastoik chok tugul chekasech eng wei tugul ole mite. Kongoi amu kautunenin kisama kele karibu sharean show nenyo, sharean page nenyo. Sikemuch keitchi biik chechang kinetkei tuguk chechang kobun Jebiwot. She's an amazing lady. I've always admired her from afar. And I'm just so privileged and happy to be talking to her today. Betutab rani ko abaibai Balozi. It's Sunday morning. I thank God for being alive and well. Amite Florida kikararan ruitoitonyu. Kikawe olimbo Puerto Rico. It was really, really nice and refreshing. A lot of mite a forest, then there's waterfalls, it was really nice, very refreshing away from the city. Atok mite gora ngalega beach, ngimeje ngalega beach, so you can just sit and relax. Kararan gebendige rejuvenation, it's really good, and then you come back, you start strong. So I highly encourage people. I will get them go inetige tukun chechang amu magita tuguk komita around you, so that's why I really enjoy traveling. But I thank God for that privilege to be able to do so. So gimuji tembean ikera got falls don't appreciate ngola ngeri forest jagate natural energy kikokonech Mungu tuguk chechang. So that is what I really it's part of appreciating life. So kongoi Balozi ako abeba betutab running chitugul ne joinanech. I'm really excited for this show. Chamgemi temanak Kalenjin Nation aga. I really love the thoughts about Jebiwot, and I'm so privileged to hear all about herself and tuguk chegi kwai. So ngoti joinanech rani, I think you will be very much inspired. Agomawak Jebiwot kole, there is nothing that is impossible. You need to take matters to your own hands. Sitagomwawech inendet. So karibu chitugul share show nenyo nebo rani, and we're so happy to have you Jebiwot.
Kongoi nye Janet, kongoi kebwatwech ile ameche asomin chi age tugul le imi ma lazima iwe olimbo Puerto Rico, ngimi olobo gaa uwe Mombasa, ngimite Nairobi iwe Mombasa, ngimite Nairobi Kumewe langit yo matatwa kisirte mi ole kele Naivasha ole kararan kora mi kapkwembe yo mi tuguk che kororon ngimite ole Eldoret ak ikere ile lo olimbo Naivasha uyo kot Baringo so uyo kot Merwete olin uyo kot Mount Elgon so imuchi inyorchi ideas che kororon kokenakte ing yeimi metebi kityo ngon tiem uya at least ngoka weekend so kokochob biik tuguk che kororon kokechob kimaswek che kimuchi kimung'e so uyo lotok si tau ak refreshan ko kotomo ketestai ing tetutiet nebo betutab rani kakekas kobun Hosea kimeche kityo toot kimeche ikat bororietab Kalenjin kacham toondoni amu ine komanyokor so cham kemwoe kele nyekan wero lakini kitinye kwonyik che nyekonen so nyikanet agenge ne wendi meiwei kakonyo tekekose atindionyi kimeche ikat kityo kosubikchok ile chamgei sikonai kole imitei Jebiwot asikobit ketou tetutiet Jebiwot. I muted Jebiwot, so unmute yourself.
Okay, kongay team Igere eng Australia Janet togol ruyetab Kalenjin chamgei biik togol chemi ole amite abaibai agatak kainaik chu kekuren Jebiwot Bischof kainai nekakiteshi tupchenyo Rono ku Elizabeth kongoi abaibai ami tetut akomwoe ale ketuyegei kechergei amu chang tuguk cho mi taunyo chokimeche kekerchigei akomwoe ale kimuche so kongoi team Rono abaibai kemi tugul rani
kongoi nye Jebiwot inga ya kongoi sitaket chemingyo eng ngolyotab musongnotet lakini kongoi no kimwoe kele karam sana so karam sana angen noto amu kiami olimbo iten so no ko Merwete kitikin angen ale karam sana ko karibuni akwek tugul cheomite tokwek cheterchin kongoi nyet Jebiwot onyo episode number 32 ko wi kakimwa ko kongoi eng sponsor nenyonet notok Telcom anan kikure kampunit notok kimite tugul neimuchi kotoretech sikobit kebwa soet kisome kora kibagengeisiek anan kampunisiek chemi sang yo ngomeche osponsor tetutiet anan tetutik cheuchu ko ketochok sikobit keitchi biik chemong'ering ko nekit siketou tetutiet kou ye kamwa ko kongoi toonyo inendet Elizabeth Jebiwot Bishop anan kongoi Janet kongoi Hosea karibu akwek tugul toek chemi ako kotom ketou Hosea teimwoiwech biik cheisubech amu kokere Isaac Kipiji kole isubech kobun Kapsabet ko testai Hosea asikobit ketou tetutiet.
Kongoi balozi Peter Rono, kongoi engineer, kongoi tot nekakas tugenyi kakotwek kong'ete ole mi karibu sana itagat eng betutab rani mi chi neisubech nekale chitab kokweng'ung ashe komwagei kikure ko Bdelo mi kebebertab olimbo kainet age ko Frasidia kala mi kebebertab Italy kala baibai agere jirani mi live eng tetutiet nebo Igere ne chitab Kalenjin agere Pilaris Kipkore nebo pasta all the way olimbo Columbus Ohio kosubech eng kemboutab rani karibu sana agere labatindet Matelong Rono all the way from olimbo Toronto Canada mi Matelong Lulok kosubech eng kemboutab rani kurgat Kipkoskei kosubech kobun taonit neo nebo Chepterit olimbo Nandi County kongoi chitab ketik kongoi Francis agere Francis Joel Jesumbai kongoi Gran Ledama kale isubech ang olimbo kebebertab olimbo Narok manoe kale ng'amatelia nebo Ledama ole kina kongoi ak biik tugul cheagere eng kebeberwek cheterchin chekakoshian show nenyo eng kemboutab rani kongoi Arap Sachin agere kakoshian show angot ketestai keshian show ngot ketestai kelaikan show asikosikyi keityi biik sikosikyi ketach biik chechang eng kemboutab rani amu kimeche keityi biik chechang kobun takwek cheterchin so kongoi ongetestai recognize any as we proceed, Balozi. Karibu Balozi.
Kongoi nye osea, kongoi James Leting, na isubet ko Nakuru, ko kongoi ngakwek tugul joka usubet. Kilejinok kitojok eng tetutyenyo episode number 32, ne noto kitinye keljin eng betutab rani kitinye Elizabeth Jebiwot Bishop, ne kokinyorchi inendet emet nekilen Bahrain. Ko koking'etie South Africa, ketokchigei Bahrain mara eng betusiek chemite tai keit ole mi. Kibendi kesungukani dunia komugul, kemeche kecheng kele myeno biikchok ak kwae ne. Ko kongoi eng betutab rani ketindoi inendet Jebiwot, ne noto kokinyorchi kebebertab Bahrain Kingdom nebo Bahrain. Ko kang'yache kele agere emoni ale kararan kora kenai akobo emoni kele tinye ne emoni ak kwamune sikomi Jebiwot kebeberatak. Ko kanyoru ale area nebo emoni ko area nenyinet kotindoi 785.8 kilometer square, noto ko kergei ak 303.12 square miles, number 172 eng ng'ony. So igere ile emet nemining. Population komao mising, population komite 1.5 million peak eng 2020 census, number 149 eng ng'ony. Nginye kebwa kepchei mokornotetab emoni anan mokornotetab emoni tugul ko kakituiyo combine komitei karibu $41.607 billion, noto ko number 91 eng ng'ony. Nginye kebwa nokilen per capita income ko kakipchei mokornotetab emoni kepchechi biik chemite emoni koibe chi tugul $27.538,000, noto ko number 33 eng ng'ony komugul. Religion anan kanisosiek eng emoni ko 70% Islam, 14.5% Christianity, 9.8% Hinduism. Igere ile anan nekit ko Islamic State. Bahrain town emonitok ko the third smallest country in Asia after Singapore. So kapkwembeyon nekile Maldives, smallest in Middle East. Bahrain kora ko ki emet netai ing olimbo Middle East kwai anan ko hosten chokimwoe kelen Formula 1 Grand Prix in 2004. Ko kiishe koibe emoni ng'alekab chome sports kotoi nokilen Formula 1 nobo karishek. Emoni ko bo komonut nekakilen kimeche irutochi amu king'et emoni kochop kapkwembeyo anan chokimwoe kele artificial islands chekip kochop nyanjet orit akochop 14 chekikosten $6 billion. Chotok kochop ng'alekab hotelishek cheikere eng yo, kochop ng'alekab shopping malls, kochop ng'alekab housing chekakinde kapkwembeyo. So nginye rabia akikose takiba ibial kot eng koronotok anan ispendan. Emoni ko kikondochi Al Khalifa family. Kikorulen emoni kong'etege 1782 kakimwa kele kingdom, ako kinyoru independence 1971 from the British. So kitestai kunotok kipkorulen the British, lakini kikondochi family agenge kondochi emoni. Bahrain emonitok ko kakile mi ketit nekemwoe kele the tree of life nekakile kikikole keti 1583 nekikikol Southern Desert, lakini keti ko kikotebi mami beek lakini teleli keti. So komwoiwech Jebiwot kole kibiro ketito nekakile kikotebi mi desert lakini kikotebi kong'etege 1583 kenyisiek chechang cho mongen ale kenyisiek 1000. So achang'a kenyisiek cho lakini mi keti emonotok ako maajabu agenge nemite emonotok kou yeikere eng yo. Bahrain ko nekit ko emet agenge nemite beek ng'ony, nokimwoe kele the largest underwater theme park nemite ng'ony. So kibolune beek chemite ng'ony ngaka desert kochang beek. Bahrain kora ko first state in the Gulf nekisha ko discover ng'alekab oil 1931 ako drillen. So mite ng'alekab oil emoni anan mwanik emonitok. So kaiker ile emet nekararan notok mongen ko notok nekiyai Jebiwot sikwo olotok anan kasi anan ne kosuku kenyoru komwoiwech ing yo ko ketesetai ole kibetitoi ing betutab rani ko kibendi Jebiwot kaketachin nguni kakekas tugeng'ung kakeker emetab Bahrain kimeche kisub atindiong'ung kong'etege ole kikisikyin asikobit kebe kioltaneteni keng'ololi tugul ketebe tebutik ko kisomok mitei Janet mitei Hosea aka mitei yu so kioltaneteni akelechini Jebiwot feel free ing'alal eng language neikere ile comfortable amu kimeche kora kekas angen ale nging'alal kabisa dip merwete kokoi kofloten Hosea ak Janet amuchi akas tutikin amu kiamiten so atinye choronok chebunu oling'wong olin ko kimeche imixen for the benefit of achek tugul chekisubin anan cheisubin eng betutab rani ko kitoune kibendi no kilen ladies first ko amu kitinye Janet eng yu kemeche siketou ketepsenen Jebiwot ko kimeche kemwa kongoi ing akwek tugul chekakosubech kou yekokas kotoon yo notok Jebiwot neketinye kimeche takemwa kongoi Moses Arap Kemboi kole isubech from Doha Qatar Ernest Kandie neisubech kobun Australia kemwa kongoi ing akwek James Leting kakemwa from Nakuru ak akwek tugul cheosubech karibuni kibendi ketepsetoon yo eng betutab rani ko kitoune anan kibendi no kile ladies first ko Janet abwoti ale kakitou tetutiet karibu
Karibu kongoi balozi ako karibu kokeny Jebiwot. Kagere kakaichunda kidogo. But we're really happy to have you. Ako chitugul netomo ishare show nenyo, please share sikimuch kinetkei tuguk chechang kobun tonyo nebo rani Jebiwot. So Jebiwot, kakimeche kenai kele kikisikchin ano, who is Jebiwot, where was she born, kikisikchin what village, kiwe sukul ano, primary ak secondary. Karibu Jebiwot. Unmute.
Kongoi tupchenyu Janet, kongoi Rono, kongoi Hosea, amwa kongoi bororietab Kalenjin kemi tugul chekakobka abaibai akameche keng'ololchigei ak kecherchigei tuguk cheechen kou yo kamwa wei tupchosyekyo. So ane ko kikisikyo Elgeyo Marakwet East constituency ku ward nenyu Kulelan ward. So ane ku abunu clan yakure Kipsaya aku biikab Kipsaya ku ki origin nyonyo ku Kipsaya keyo aku kiba walbale masop akinya kiba wasasi chocho kuba walba Cherangany. So ku kikisikyo ane Kipnai lakini kakait nyo kabisa ku Kipsaya nyole segei aku sigikyu ko kiyal plot kwek ing Trans Nzoia. So ane ko abachi Marakwet Trans Nzoia aku kyoetune saiti walba Uasin Gishu amu kyasomane kyotaune primary Kipnai school nya kitou sigikyu anan clan nenyu ak clans wala kyokipka walba Leland aku kyai kong'ete class agenge akoi class 7 akinya ko kyamite old system nekibo 7-4-2 and then you go to university. So ku kyawanye primary Kipnai aku kinawany CPE ku kikura St. Bridget's Mikitale. St. Bridget's kumi Kiminini aku ki school nya kilosunot ki school agenge nya ki kosunot North Rift and then North Western Kenya. So ku kinawany from 4 hours Luak Girls Bondo walbo Nyanza walikaya from 5 and 6. Aku kinawany from 5 and 6 ku kya moj our University Kenyatta aku kya education in economics. So ku panda nyunya nenyo ba taunetab education nyanyu ku amache kutoma wanda majaga pi Kipnai akalechini pi Kipnai kongoi amu yo mite bane nyu kwage amu etunenyu kukikilgei biikab Kipnaik kotoret kabisa kukitecha ako kinamata. So kongoi ka Kipsaya, kongoi Kipnaik, kongoi Lelenwot, achamok akalosunen ogei.
Kongoi Jebiwot kaimwawech in detail akobo clan nengung ak biikab Kipna abwoti ale kakokasin ngot kotomo iti maybe tishanji link nenyo sikokasegei akichek their product because kakile it takes a village to raise a child akokere nguno abwoti ale boiboen kokerin accomplishments chekinyoru. Ang tos imwawech kidogo akobo family nengung Jebiwot, itindoi any siblings ako kiune bandangung kingigrowen up?
Kotomo koit yotok Jebiwot, kotomo it yotok kemwa ile kiwe Lua Girls, kimi Kiminini, kameche kora iteschi ile ngotimuchi imwoiwech ile kikoi ingele kele kisir, ko ngisir ko kinyoru ne? Abwoti ale kisir siwe Kenyatta University ko kenyoru grade ne kararan. Ngotimuchi sharean kora ko kararan.
Kongoi anyap ka le yamatangan ba system le yumasamane lakini apkoto le CP kute best kukita to 6 points in primary. So kukane kukanyoru 30 points. So sige kuro National School St. Bridget's. So kukimalo mchita nyikibatay 6 points in standard 7. Aku kay chepto nyibatay kungete I can say mu area nyanyu kunyoru points jale choche aku national school. So kwa bye amu kyo tinye nafas nakikararan kabisa. And then from 4 mata kota karama la kukile nete lakini kyo tinye I think kyo tinye B sige kura Lua Girls. So Lua Girls ku national school also lakini siaya akinya mang district lakini kami Bondo. So kukya nyoru nafas naibi tagi so kukya bye mukya wa St. Bridget's kukya national school kite first time anyoru atuye wa Somali atuye wa Giriama atuye akoy Turkana amuki kito matuye chep Turkana ya. So kukya bye kabisa mukya wa school yogi really very diverse akuki gonna a very good foundation. Amu St. Bridget's ku a Catholic school yogi focus sana akuki emphasize sana spiritual and also religious upbringing. So kukanyo a very strong foundation through Catholic nuns. Amuki nete kijam kukone Ireland. Akuki St. Bridget's kuki losu not. Kumbagne Lua Girls kuki a mission school. It was one of the best schools Minyansa. So kuki abaiba amuki kura. Akuki ite first Marakwet or Lua Girls. Akuki nawe. Kuki ywe imbasiki kukuba kwa walbakisimu. Kiki ywe nyaba kwa ngut. Amuki le waline kala kuba nabi mwalba western. So kuki ywe gomita. Ako ge samchi nyaki chone kusimu gomita. Agoy Lua Girls. So it was an experience. Agu kimangan bala kyop kotito yana muki maywe isha nende. Muki kyoga sa tukun chachang. Kyoki kumuabi yelo over western lakini kwa baiba yamu kya wanyoru a lot of friends. Kyoki gone different parts of Kenya. And I really want to say that this foundation has helped me through my journey. The encounter nyekonyo St. Bridget's, Lua Girls, the different communities, the different cultures, the different names and all sorts has prepared me really to go through 7 countries in 3 continents of the last 30 years of my life. Okay.
Kongoi abwati kakatep tebut ko iwolu nenyunet kakatep tebut Janet ako kongoi Jebiwot abwati ale noton nekiyai ninye si nguno ko inyekan meiwe age tugul kikanyokoritu sigik lakini kiwo lotok ako kakase kora ngolimbo lwa uni ki classmate nengunget ko mheshimiwa agenge necham kokorom kabisa neng'ololi eng parliament sitaimwoiwech eng tai yo ko siwalu tebutiet nekobo Janet nekakateb kole Janet testai.
Yeah, kongoi Jebiwot. Ako kongamukeshan
agobo my family.
Kamache amwa kora amaiwalu
so kongoi abaibai angalale kaitinyo. Okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Janet. Sorry, there is a delay. Muteboy.
Oh, mami.
So kamache amwa ale kasima walu tebutiengung kukamache kuusmugu later amu nekiteba akobo kaitinyo ko long amu abaibai kabisa angalale amu kikisikyo kanya kibara kiyabonyu ko kichinyo kimuren aku inyende nyoki actually nyoki inspire amu kinepkane kayo ku kinyende kwer ngwang kule kumeche kebe wolba masop amu kicham kumi kamai wolba kayo kerore chikele chebetine masop wala misui get discouraged kele you cannot go there amu chang sui mi ngotuny mi cheplangoy lakini kilabonyu aweti akunamge kwer ngwang pokutau kore molbo masop kineit masop kukas kile kyoldo bar molbo Trans Nzoia kile kumache bake albar kerore chikele chebetine wolbo Trans Nzoia nyomi cheptikon so lakini they beat the odds kupkane kew kuba masop akuba koy Trans Nzoia so kuki abaibai kabisa ngalale kaitinyo kekure kap kabuswa aku kibi chok kikilege kabisa abotin ak you kikwage somok angwan mukaitingwang kuki abonyu nyo kukure Dauti Kibuswa kuki kimut Second World War so kubane ki amu kikwage wechi kareny kutai abongwang kile kon my father was the youngest kukoito werinyo kuwo werinyo military kuneon werinyo mining amu kiwe kile neke modotinye lagoy so what happened is that when my father was my uncle was out who yogu money to my father kunama my father kwale blotin akwale tich agurip mali joche when my uncle came back now they had money they had resources bakwal bar molba shamba kuki my father kiki saywol ki karam kapisa ki milchinige chepyosoy now my father very attractive my father at created mothers jolly 5 agukone all the different communities of Kalenjin so atinya mother from Nandi atinya mother from Keyo atinya mother from Tugen and atinya from Marakwet and Irong because my father was very powerful he was hardworking he was very attractive so achonane family I would say lakini in the way I would say polygamous family I have 24 siblings age chums ot kabisa kimi kipagenge kikil baba nyo alitusul wasichana wanaume wote so kukikilge bonyo kabisa at kusomesha nech akukikilech akila kunyende role model of hard work akuchinyo ki pioneer mu merino ship kikibu ka leland ki pioneer to grow pyrethrum ki pioneer to grow sunflower so our family are really strong farmers aku nyone nyole segay aku nyone nyoki kone very strong foundation aku ki toretech akikilech aku ki makane ke believe that nothing is impossible aku if you have the right character ikilgei akitinye focus akitinye vision kumami nyosiri so amache kobuswa Kongoi achamak alasenokei aku kuberurok Jehovah ribok Jehovah everywhere you are. Aku amachamwa ale my mother was the oldest with the family. So ku konyo atinye 3 brothers, 4 sisters. 2 of my sisters who meet Dallas, Texas in the US. My younger brother kumi Maryland. Aku am negasa alechini jamke achamak amisanak agamakwa kararan. Ku amajamu ale kaitinya kap kabuso ku kikilkei. Atinya cousins Jomi Canada, atinya cousins Jomi Finland, atinya cousins Jomi Germany, atinya cousins Jomi Australia. So we are all over the world, generally. In fact, atinya cousin Jomi China, me UK. So amajaleja pick up Kalenjin, kiyoki tarot kaitinya ku kakilet up kay nyabasigikyu. Kikilkei aku kipi they were adventurous. Ki moy weiki. Kine choki kugi kwage choki batai choki cheme all those initiatives choki bu serikali kapka Rift Valley. So mama jatata si yone amacha alechika kongai amu omi yomi amu kwage kongai.
Kongoi Jebiwot. Abwati ale kakokas family nengung and they must be very proud. Iwale kay kang nengung. Abwati ale I don't think I have had a lot of people kumwae ako boibochin kanenywa and how successful they all are. So kongoi kabisa Jebiwot. Kakemwa akobo diversity akakere aspects ichotok tugul. Abwati ale kitaunegei melen angot ile ki sukul inegei kitaunegei baba nengung amu kinendet kele ki diverse and then ilanan iyeku diverse akinye and then he was the first one co-beaten the odds, first pyrethrum, first sunflower ak tuguk chechang ako inye oroni the first Marakwet lady or girl to go to all these schools ako you have not stopped. So kongoi Jebiwot amu kaishan akobo family nengung. So Jebiwot, tos kimite any challenges kingo growing up ama it looks like kingo growing up your father really worked hard ako kiinstilen hard work eng kokweket. So kimite any challenges kingo bendi school and then your life was your parents worked really hard to make sure that you are comfortable?
Actually kongoi aku tanya wa majatashi ku ale me my tupchenyu nyogi negiyat Rivertex. I think you're all familiar with Rivertex Eldoret. Kuki one of the first employees nyogi kuba Madagascar. There was a textile factory nyogi get Madagascar to train agoba kwai Rivertex. And then after some years, UK, and actually it was the first textile engineer in Eastern Central Africa. So kunyane nyama chala segay amu kigilo very close to Rivertex when he was working there. And I really want to recognize him. He passed away, but really he beat the odds also. Amu kine one secondary school, Marakwet, Kuwa High School, Cabernet, and he walked from Leyland Agoy Cabernet to go to high school. Amu kigi yogu togumutio lakini kunga makarita dio mu iten, so he had to walk all the way to Cabernet. Amu ki mami kare in the late early 70s when he went to high school. So amunyende nyogi inspired kabisa. Nyende nyogi really he hand-holded us. And really, I think having older siblings who really are exemplary. Amunyende kugi kinete tukunjaja. Of course, when he came, when he got his first job in Rivertex, he bought a Volkswagen, this Beetle car. It was the first car Marakwet. So I was dreaming of being a driver. So every night when I was going to bed, I was just imagining driving a mukine come and try. So so that also really small things like those really can make a difference in aspirations. So I dedicating really this moment to my late brother Wilson Misoy, the first textile engineer in the region, and also my brother Samuel is the late Samuel. He was the first chief accountant, Never Coastal Province, Never Transnational Bank. So these are really my older brothers who inspired me, who really encouraged us, and they also protected us. When I was growing up, Marakwet, once get a certain age, you know, now they get your husband at a certain age. So I was growing at that time but I'm very happy because my brothers protected us. They were very possessive. And we got where we are today. So now give me challenges. When I look back and I look at the situation today, really, I lived in paradise. I lived in paradise. One, because the community was together. You belong to society. I remember when I was going to US, we needed a ticket. The whole community came. So the community was together. And really, I feel I belong to the community. I was taken care of. My problems belong to. When I went to primary school, everybody really were caring, they were mindful. Give me a very strong sense of unity, which I really feel that we have lost to some degree. As a child, really, as I look back, I lived in paradise. And every time I go back home, I feel so bad because my paradise has been compromised. When in 1996, my professor from the US came to visit Kibnai, and really he shed tears and he told me, Jebi, you are one step away from heaven. Because when you are in Kibnai, in the dark of the night, and you see the stars, you see the moon, you are indeed close to heaven. So I'm challenging. I have really beautiful memories of Kibnai. The people of Kibnai are wonderful. They were wonderful. They took care of me. I remember when I went to St. Bridget's, all my cousins, 20 shillings those days was a lot of money. They came and gave me 20 shillings. Old mamas, they were frying mayek, some digure. Everybody came. They owned my success. My success was theirs. When I went to Luagals, some old ladies were kind of sad because they didn't know where I was going. But my mother told me, my daughter, you will make it. Even though she didn't know how to read and write, she didn't know where Kisumu was. It was the belief that God is there for those who mean well and want to do the best for themselves and for society. So Kongoi, you can feel my emotions about my family, about my upbringing. It was beautiful. It was amazing.
That's incredible. Kongoi Jebiwot. Ako kongoi mugaishan. Malasima gobun chita challenges. And when you are born and you appreciate the little things, God even expands that. So there are some people who can have to go through challenges to come their life is, we are all born in different families. And kongoi kabisa Jebiwot for sharing that. I would just like to ask one thing. Those nene ki working for your parents, Amwagere are very successful, apart from the inspiration and all that. Is there any other ingredient? Nebwati like you working for your parents, asugo manda, asugo the trailblazers, you yourself and your siblings?
Kita nyabatay really the institutions, the government institutions that were set in place, and really they worked for the people. Amo kinegitaw, for example, marina ship, there was a clear structure, the whole value chain. Kungete ekeche agoy the wool, cook it was in place. So really, among Igere angot poisha kibatay, angot bolba transoya, who give me the institutions, give me structures which supported the farmers at every point of the value chain. So among baba nyukugi a farmer, he was involved in many things. He was a dairy farmer, he was a maize farmer, sunflower. In Leyland, it was Baretram. So all these structures were there. Again, there was unity in the society. Kimis societies and cooperatives. And these people, who believe gay, and everybody who was in the interest of the other. Abkati Abonyu, when his brother was in the military, who yakini rabia, agolechi altuga, agi gonor chepkondo, ago ki gonor babanyu, mam atakit moja. So ko akira the elements take taught our society, koki unity, this strong sense of collective purpose. Agoki naigole, you cannot succeed as an individual. And that was so ingrained in them. I remember my neighborhood, my father. They bought their tractor, niki yamdoy. So it yaniki malasima quality tractor, amugi mamuche. So wakashikana wakanunua tractor, wakanunua harvester, wakanunua sheller, wakanunua store yao. So they had a store, nigi nyone cooperatives, so the structures were there. And also really the level of integrity, the level of sincerity, the level of honesty. Nikimite in boishek akibyoso kegibo kenyise chota. Kugigona angotane foundation. Ole tukun jikia ingmanit agegil jinigay age yamdoy postdoy proryonani. Agu aroti man agungat angot pick up marakwet angot my community. Kolegi nyalulja amu kibatya to structures, kibatya institutions, kibatya umoja nyagigitinye. Tugu kyagigiyam toy. Aku kigimache kitagol kulanta sab kitagol. Imamache chilanta sabaganga. So Janet, those are really the fundamentals. Tigi makan my society those days really strong. Ago asame ale daga tuga tugu chache kete satai. Amu kubaganga kubamanut. Kaya ne negi yenake. Nyoguma kinige sabe chitagol. Ago this collective livelihood. Konyane nyaroti ale. Those are really things that existed those days. Ago also ki serikali kondoi kuki start in a way that it was really also for the interest of the collective good and collective benefit. Amu masabe chakenge, agumagui chakenge oi. So kunyane nyamwa ale. Those were the really pillars. Tiki taught my community, my parents were successful in what they were doing. Agumagana jachangot lago kenyoru tugu toki ke mo ketorate Kongoi.
Kongoi Jebiwot, ako kongoi for sharing all that. Abwati alengot ko kasi chi agetugul engolini ko, you know what to do now. Kagumawe Jebiwot, the fundamentals. Karibu Balozi si
Kongoi nye Janet, kongoi eng tebutik chotok, kongoi Jebiwot eng pandangung notok gisubun ngolimbo Marakwet ang nego inyo. Ako kongoi ing family bigap Kemnay. Kaya kimeja kebe Kemnay. We want to go to Kemnay. If kenai kele mine ulito kamu kemwa ile paradise ko kararan kabisa. Ko ameche tamwa kongoi eng agere professor nenyonet professor Chelogoi isubech ing olimbolin ako mi chi lakwa nekakile Jerry Brenda nekale mitei Asia olimbo Maldives. Maldives ko small island nekergei ak ole mi Jebiwot emet nemining ing olimbo Asia. Kimache sikechengen Brenda inboxenech sikechengen kimache kenai kele iyoe ne eng Maldives amu kakwembeiyo nemining emet agenge nemining eng Asia olin kimache takekas kele iyoe ne eng kebeberatak. Kimache ayabe Bridget kongoi Cheruto neisube Jacqueline Cheruto Salem isube akine kongoi Eric Cheruyot nekale so inspiring. Chambik chokoshe kocherokis tayari Jebiwot kosubkei ak ng'alalengung. Agere Ian Zulu kosubech akine, agere sito komwoiwech Osea ameche imwoiwech ile isubech akot ng'o kotomo ateb tebutik cheisubi eng yo. Osea.
Kongoi balozi Bitarono, kongoi Jebiwot eng sabarit kabisa nekim ne agere chang biik chekakoshuko inwan keunek kole kakonyor sakitiat eng kemboutab rani nebo cherset. Agere Cleopas Kigen kale so bold and powerful lady. We are getting you loud and clear, our EMC champion. Kongoi Cleopas Kigen, minendet emetab Australia. Nyikanet mi chi nekele Kiplagat Kering following you from Kericho. Kongoi agere my CEO Emily Korir ak Benat Tanui Korir kosubet icheket komi kebeberta nimbo olimbo kale nyorwech loud and clear kale ami ole kile Sky from olimbo Brisbane emetab Queensland. Kongoi tot ake nekicher biik kabisa eng episode number 30. Kongoi CEO Joel Chesumbai, kongoi Joel. Tikekere kora tikomi angot James Leting, Cransol Ledama, Moses Arap Gameboy, Sang Victor, Twines Korir, kongoi Twines all the way from Adelaide, Ernesti Kandie, kongoi Ernesti, kongoi Faye Memo from kebeberta nebo Baringo, kongoi Kimurko Limo, Ainea, Jacqueline, Vincent Saina, Kidi Kilel Chiri, Brenda, kongoi ak biik tugul chekakoshian show, kongoi eng biik chakere kakolaikan ototestai olaikan oshian show nenyo eng betutab rani ako nesire tugul kora olaikan kora pageit nyo nebo Igere ne chitab Kalenjin ak YouTube. Itinye YouTube nebo Igere ne chitab Kalenjin. Amawekte kewek emetab Columbus tabwotwok angen ale much imi ole imi ak imakchinigei ile imeche icommunicaten ak biikuk eng olimbo mashinani, olimbo kokwet ole bunu Jebiwot komi kampunit nekele Tolcom nekale ityongu biik angot chemi olimbo tulondok amu ibirchini simet eng ole imi ko downloaden kityo Tolcom eng simeng'ung si communicaten ak biikuk tugul ole imakchinigei ibir Zimbabwe emotinwek tugul kibwotwo kityo akobo Tolcom tikebendi sikeshian akobo Tolcom singimech downloaden ak iwechi kongoi akobo kampunit notok amu icheket ko sponsors chebo tetutiet nyo eng betutab rani. Akot kibwotwo kora akobo olimbo Uasin Gishu County kele kitinye chakikure Good News. Good News ko kokonyo kampunit nekekure Ndonyo Mart netoretin komaketani global. Ngimeche imwaitegei komelany ketik barak chakimwae eng barabara itinye kampunit nekikure Ndonyo Mart ne notok kondein international market. Ngele international market kokerin biik tugul chemi emotinwek kele imi yobo ole much ko kokwono bunu Jebiwot ak iyae hustle neng'ung kidogo much ialdoi nego ilyon lakini iywei imwaite komi Ndonyo Mart sikotoretin. Karibu balozi, testai.
Kongoi kagere kora agere Dori Chelagat, Doreen Chelagat ko Dorcas Chelagat komi Nairobi following. Salina Sego kongoi eng kebeberta Maryland. Rolly Sirma Cheli following. Beth Chelogoi Professor kongoi. Kagere chi nekale tupchenyo anan tupchenyo inendet Jebiwot. Agere chi nekale Jacqueline Cheruto Salem kale mite Bahrain. So tejundo lota icheng chichotok. Akakwet tugul Josubet agere kora Dr. Daktari kobun Kapseret neisubet ko kongoi biikab Kalenjin Nation. We acknowledge you. Kongoi biikab Kalenjin Nation, kongoi chebo Kalenjin Cultural eng kebeberta nin tugul neosubet ko kimeche kemwa kongoi eng akwet tugul. Ko ketesetai Jebiwot kakemwa eng yo ile kemwa akobo your brothers. Nikinyokwo engineer nekanyokwo kotakchigei olin kwa Rivertex ak chukosho komong chukele ki protectan ngiribin bichu koribin kabisa kemwa ile matinyin ji anan maikilden amu olimbo Marakwet olin ing kenyisiek ko kingeet wakati nokere kele kakochun chepto anan kakoet akilda so kikoi koribin ara kikoi kotakilden amu kakere sanem eng yu so tos kikilda Jebiwot anan tokotomo ako kikiilchin ano Jebiwot. You are muted.
It mutes me, but anyway, kongoi tupche Rono, kongoi Janet, amukako nafasi ni kabisa ku kileba nagamwa tupche Rono. Akwa tole ngo picha tiaga tokol nyogi etu ne kenyise kekyo etwane. Ku big brothers were really big brothers. Kogi riba bi kabisa, but ki gildoi kugi kwa ke chobo kuseme. Ako kaskela kapchi nyagaram. So ku tupche nyo ku ki meche kele dag soman akay somane nyo barak. Ku ki mwachi sikik yu kilechi ki taune batay kilechi akanya ku 1 form 4 sailde. Ku night form 4 ku wistayen for it. So kuma ku betunane aguitinochi amakinya kenyisiek kukimuche kurabin kim barabara ako mete kaitanyi. So ku apkot ale protection yo kikonech aku empowerment also kle education akimakwech somanenyo barak. So kubana kiatar University Kenyatta ku amacham amwa kaina agenge nyo kitoret ane amanda aku that is Tabitha Sei. Tabitha Sei, our powerful lady, our iron lady, never Kalenjin, amachamwale man kiai majabu mama Sei, kutorete achek chekibika kikimangechen. Aku petu niki kitinyan organization ekure International Exchange Program, kukicheng lagok chebo Kalenjin, kukiwei manyoru. Kuki echekering chogi mutek lakini betuni flight kuiweishe cheptonyi aga so kwane kityo nyekiamanda through her program aku kyawa America as an exchange student for 1 year aku kingalalwa pita kapsa kilecho Jebiwot and I know you will come back the lady I want you to be. Atebe aleji, what do you want me to be? Till you will come see it for yourself. So ku amachamwa sale mama Tabitha Sei, Mungu abariki yeye olimi amuki mama kapsa nyoki empower na aku nyoki kona a lot of encouragement aku makan my horizon very big. Kilecho nothing will happen. We are here for you. So kongai amu kiaga tokol nyo vision ku need an encouragement, ku need an hand holding, ku need an challenge. So ku tupche nyo ku mailen ki machegle dagiba lakini ki machegle dawa ay parak sneitio betu nyika maja awosigei aku kiga kwemba ko liberal kle mage wasinichi chebiosan dag wasinichi boyo wasinige chinyende sigunyoru chi boyo nyochame. So kukyawa America as an exchange student kutuya ak students like kibone koratinwe kyater. We were about 120 nationalities. So kicham getusot. So ku platform nyone ku kle agenya kirogony kinaba bi kirogony keora chi chepto nyagaram muran nyale saiwal. So atuye my husband now of 30 years kikituye Ohio kuki kyawa America Ohio Cleveland kya boishenya volunteer for 1 year. So kikituye woline kunyende ke kure Daniel Bischof agu Jone Switzerland the German part of Switzerland. So kukikituye akikikityomye, and now it has become history. Kimi kenyishek sasamtuwai. Yeah. So Bishop ku kainane kukatele Bishop nyaba kanisa, but it's the German version. So kukure Bishop. So ku a family na new and then family nyaba my husband. Kuki, they were historically bishops nyaba kanisa nyaba Catholic. So they were famous bishops in Switzerland or the Germanic speaking countries. So Uncle Nanyi go the last living monk in Europe. So that is why Kukure family Nyanyi bishop, because they were predominantly bishops. They were very strong in the Catholic Church. They were actually the village where he comes from, where the founder of Red Cross came from, Kukure Hayden in Switzerland. So that is the history of why I got this name. Agu amu agongay amu ki kutara tej mungu gemi to why we are celebrating now 30 years of union. Gongay.
Ko Jebiwot kongoi amu in kit nebo kamanut ko yekiyokto lagok eng betusiechu ko kararan kiyokto werik ak tibik so nyajundo oli ngotungei amu ara kinyaeshok matokonyo nekiobendi tuwai iwe kityongon nyajundo oli nibinyoru 130 chebunu different countries mami chebo Kenya konyokoritu so ingano ko Jebiwot kemwoiwech family of 30. Are you blessed with otinye lagok ako mnyeno?
Kongay keberurech ak tibik aeng, chepto nebo tai kekure Chebet, chepto nebo aeng kekure Tula, ako they are getting ready to go to university. So the kikwe tibik, so the Chebet is 21, ko Tula ko 18.
Kongoi nekit oeku empty nesters chokimwoe ko kongoi nye Jebiwot ako kimakun chemyach ko kaokas bandab Jebiwot kainani kai clarify amu kameche ale bishop ko ka bishop nekibo kanisa but kongoi ko ketesetai Jebiwot kakinyorchin emetab Bahrain olotok kimitei kaimwoiwech kitikin akobo emetab America ko Jebiwot mi emotinwek alake chekiiwe imeny iboisie anan kimi ngalekab somanet. What other countries have you been or lived? Kiyai kasi anan kimi sukul anan kiyoe ne Jebiwot?
Okay, kongoi kouya kamwa ko kiyakiatar Kenyatta University kumakyawe America, kanyin nyabatai kukyaweti an exchange student, and then the second year I was fortunate anyoru our master's program Cleveland, Ohio University Nyakure Case Western Reserve, and it's a management school. It's one of the best management schools in the US, I think you know. And graduated with a master's degree in management. When I nyoru chorwenyu Daniel Bischof at that time, so kuki inspire na panakiator kuleja apply and cases checking Switzerland. So and I was really lucky to apply in General Motors. General Motors, I think, is an automotive company. So kuki go on an internship. Actually, it was basically an internship, and then he won a permanent employment in the global headquarters in Switzerland. So kukia we Switzerland amu ki tarata my husband at that time kuki chorwenyu. So kukia was Switzerland awatau I gas General Motors. Agukia kiamenye Switzerland agetun gay. Kikupkaga bagay Yarusi, aku kia Yarusi nyagi vakutka, aku afkwatale pikyami kasa Marakwet. It was the first traditional marriage kapsanyagi combined Swiss and Marakwet. It was wonderful. So kukato my career with General Motors, where I worked for 15 years. as I was in management and I was casting about compensation and benefits. So Kukia responsible about the whole of the global operations, Africa, Europe, Asia. I go in that time, Kuki Gugona Nafas as an expatriate. I was in Sweden for 2 years. I was in Denmark for 1 year, and then also Italy and Spain. So ku bana kami General Motors ki guna chance with these different countries. Ago ki really it was eye-opening for me. Amu ki agin bana kaweti ku ki tingaring bi kyo tuyen, especially in Switzerland. Of course, the mountains ku ki chang la go chogi riba mu ki to magora chinyatui. So that was really 29 years ago. It was a wonderful experience. Can I interacted with a lot of people. Can I also to Anetke Kotet Jerman, Amu, my husband who German Swiss. So I'm fluent in German. I'm also competent in French. Amu Switzerland who ngalek angwan French, German, Italian, and Romanish. So I'm basic in the 3 languages. So Switzerland really became a base experience in Europe in many ways. I worked also in UK for a year. So amuki gugona nafas General Motors, our different departments, different areas. I was in assembly. I was in also after sales. So Kuki Gona, this job really great opportunity. And then I think if you remember, Brother Rono, in 1996, General Motors experienced a lot of challenges economically. In fact, they closed a lot of their plants. So I moved on to another company, several companies. One of them is Acco International. Acco International, Kukwagechu own the brands such as Valtra, Massey Ferguson, the tractors or farm equipment. So Kuki Kukona Nafas are leading their new business development. So Keyakta Watao, their office in Finland, in Hungary, and also Kuki Yakwa to Africa as the first liaison officer to open their offices in Africa. So Kukia was South Africa, where they started their office, and also they started a model farm in Zambia, a model farm in Ghana, and also Iran, because their office in South Africa was based, was supporting the Middle East operations. So Kuki Kona Nafas to come back home. Agu Brother Rono, it was always my dream Ajaka. Amu kinap ka kasi niya kiyay sige Q. Agu tugu kya kigil tigay. Agu no choka, especially ngalega bandek amu ki o baba nyuga samu base. Agu bana kyomi USA. Ku kyaro tibagi negtu yago lago job kone other countries, le Mexico. They brought their meals. Amu kitam ke share the meals. So every weekend, get to so kusutu chicha kula job kone gorengwang. Kugiane kyangot kumnyagwata go giteri. Like in our Mexicans, they make nachos, they make quesadillas, they make tacos, they make different things job kone banda. So I was really inspired. Kinapkat abon you poldo by banda job unga ak giteri. I was really inspired. So kukyoy ngalechu, the time I was in Switzerland, kukyop ko the bande gababonyo. Agubana kiyechegitu sigi kukyarale, but their legacy, their heritage will be forgotten. So when we came to Africa, it gave us really an opportunity to think what we can do, their heritage of my family. So in that time, we started Bdelo Limited, which was established here in Kenya. And really our interest was to look at the maize industry. Every time we came, Gero imported products from Europe, from US, especially to enjoy crepes. I think you are familiar with chips or crepes. So kukyo sagiya kapisa. Amu na waka kuki kuyaitka magmi oli aldachini tupjosho kubandek magmi really destra kenyo gimite nikitara the sigikyo. So kukiyane nya lolji Baba Tablago, you are my husband. I really want to do something to help my people, to restore the dignity of my parents and my community. Amukinara community kumakitinye nguvu nyogitinye kilebane kimisiki magmi wali peti lago kutienga kasisiak agetinye blotishek agetinye tugu. So ke yanjigay ke okay, instead ke ibu tugun job kwane sang ke ibu crepes ke ibu maize-based products, get our company Bdelo, which means Bischof Developing Local Opportunities. My philosophy and my coming back home, I getting that chance to come as an expatriate. So I can be my family in Nairobi. I was commuting Cape Town, Nairobi, get our Bdelo in 2010, and it has been a very tough journey. And now I must say we're a leading brand in East Africa on healthy and tasty snacks, which we based on the Moriot. I think many of you grew up with Moriot. So
Kongoi nye Jebiwot. Kotomo got kaitu kongoi iwe bit company kebwayota. Ameja kitjatep Jebiwot. These countries kagere ko iwe South Africa, kikinyorchin kora Saudi Arabia, ko iwe emotinwek chu kaimwa tugul chu. Ndokitebenen Jebiwot rani kelejinin of all these countries chekiwe ndakilejinin chusen emet agenge ko ngiro ne chuseni ak kwamune?
Actually Kenya.
Oh wow.
Kenya. My paradise.
So kongoi so inge emotinwek chu tugul chu kakemwa olimbo Switzerland, Finland, UK, Switzerland emet ne kararan kabisa amu kararan Switzerland anyinyen chego kabisa cho tugul still ko toko Kenya paradise it kai ko Jebiwot ko imwoiwech akobo kampunit nitok ne Bdelo ne kwa jamongen Bdelo lakini ko mongen ale kibunu na kainet kanai nguno ale uye u kainet. Imeche imwoiwech ing kampunit nito nikiotou Jebiwot kikosir anan otinye biik employees chetya amu meche konai biik kora meche kemwochi biik kele Bdelo kwoldo morik meche sikokotokiborwok ing yu yeokere ko Janet sikoiborwech ile Bdelo kwoe ne kimeche imwoiwech itinye employees ata nyino kampunini exactly ing olimbo gaa ako tukchu tugul chu kaimwa chu Jebiwot orono abwoti ale kaoker ng'alekab morik ing yo akere kikowinen award kale gold award snack eng East Africa ko kikowinen awards oeng so site imwoiwech chuto tugul Jebiwot akakere tuguk chekororonen tuguk che health chemi yo Bdelo ini kampunini ko morik amu ing olep America Jebiwot ak ole mi Hosea ole mite Janet ko lomi muchesosiek ko kotomo akot keib amitwogik ko kakeam korok chu kiame chu kikonye cho kimwoe kelen starters tukchu akere koiwe kotokoimuchi ichop snacks chekimuche keam melen kele kotokomorik chekikonye chakula akere kora koiwe ng'alekab amitwogik mwoiwech akobo kampunini employees ata che itinye inyorchini ano products chekuket market neng'ung komyeno yeitesetai Jebiwot.
Kongoi Rono agobo tebutionone kachakta awe Bdelo amu kakamechait Bahrain ako company banagi keitu wale ko matukwa ya kasi kle banagi mache amu gigitao 2010 maganai kila really it is very challenging to start business in Kenya. You need a lot of resources. Magomi institutions chigi lechigi tinya CEQ, magomi working structures, the infrastructure very expensive. So amuki na wan poishenyu South Africa, ochoga olabageta stai ak Bdelo. After 2 years, kenyo rishida nyaba kwangut agwap kota le chitagon kunai agoba nakumat amuki ga ke kilge kwele kitigi ba all the shop takimi nakumat in East Africa, lakini when it ago uchumi. So they were our key retailers. Kugi nebute in 2015 gebute ag check. So these are challenges to experience in the businesses, the retail sector, the institutions, kuki ignore a lot of challenges. So kinegi kar nakumata kega uchumi kulasimisha to go back to work. So that is why I got a job as a consultant in Saudi Arabia. Kanyori Bati, Kosira Saudi Oil Corporation Company, Nyakura Aramco, as a consultant. So I moved, I was commuting between Tehran and Nairobi, Amugimi Lagok Nairobi, Ukiole Jimseta Stai, Tisai business, Gera Walaita Nakumat, Gera Walaita Uchumi, Ukigone Chida, Amu, when they failed, we also failed. So that's why I found myself in the Middle East. I was a consultant, commuting for 6 years, starting again the business, refinancing the business. So in this time, I felt later on it was a blessing in disguise. Amu Kinami, Saudi Arabia, I met a lot of friends. I met a lot of, really, I learned a lot about this region. I realized that we have a golden neighbor who we really didn't know what the potential it has for us. We are only 5.5 hours away from the Middle East. And Agwamwa work for Kalenjin, Agase Kompogora to Nekwalak, all Matinya Chitis region. Ambatalel Nyatia, Kena Mesena, Magna Me, Amuki Yui, Malik Yotinye. Ki wei tugu kyotinye. So ku kyaro man ole ki gona mungo what is region to see and to experience the kindness, also the hospitality of the Arabs. So ku kyacham emoni agu, that is why 2 years ago got out my own company in the Kingdom of Bahrain. I'm kyaro the opportunities kyotinye goroni, especially food.
Jebiwot kemwa ile kitau kampunit ing Bahrain, kampunit ne lion ne Bdelo anan neter. Ak agere biik kakoteb ing yu kole Bdelo ini kochobe tukyo kikiboru ing yo, is it one company? Kateb chi kole is it one company ne producen tukchu kai chekakiboru ing yo. So ameche site imwochi, agere chorwenyo Chemutai Kalefani from Kapchorwa, biikab Kalenjin Nation. Kilejina kongoi kager ale we are alive. So thank you so much Kalenjin Nation people je isubej. Ko biik chechang kocham kongen kityo Jebiwot ng'ololi kityo ing Kalenjin Nation mengen kole yoe tukchu tugul chu. Ko kemwoiwech Jebiwot ile kiyach iweke kasi king'ebut uchumi akobut retailer nekayake obutyi akikwek. Iweke inye ile ngawe kasi asisupporten the company. Ko kingimite olimbo Saudi Arabia komi boyong'ung koronone this business ukele kironone chepkondok chekicheng'enye kimatokomi mung'aret. Ko ngemi olin icheng mung'aret kora ngolimbo Saudi Arabia anan Bahrain. So meche imwoiwech ile kampunit nekibitou ko neoe ne Jebiwot?
So company ni Bdelo International. So it is a branch of Bdelo Kenya, and we set up Bdelo International in Bahrain. ke alda tugukyo ake marketen our products in the Middle East. Amu korom korani ne metinye network. I've got a business in Middle East is a very complex environment, very secretive, but also very beautiful in terms of buying power. Amutinya bichurabia, abute kamene ko ratume kachang, especially michakula. They only have 2% arable land. 2% arable land. Kwa check it in 68%. So ukiarale, this is the place for me. Amu tuguku kola sama achop mu orenya yanat mugorotuno tuje. So get ba kasawa back to Bahrain. Why I am in Bahrain. Why I'm speaking to them from Bahrain. It is a great region. It is there's huge potential. Saudi Arabia alone, kumache nego 1 million per month. Mache mayai 1 million daily. Mache tukun they are importing water from Europe. So also kinomi koranine kukyoro the opportunity nyoki meet for Bdelo. Amo Bdelo our products. Let me come back to our products. Ichake chebe kure chopicha mi America mostly ke kure tortillas, the nachos, the crepes. Kucha kuki kitau ke chep kweli chebe banda lakini kukyoro amuki nomening kuki kwanye yonyu kumnya nyeba matiya. Pane nyeba biyase. So kuna wero crepes chamita today. They are purely maize. So all the crepes biase, all matiya, ami chia seeds, ami sukuman moringa. So we are sweet potatoes. So we have, I would say, innovated tortillas and Africanized. That is why in 2019 we got FODEX Award for the best snack of the year, and the first Food Innovation Award that was ever given. And we participated with hundreds of companies like Coca-Cola, with Swiss companies, and we were really nominated as the best food innovation. We are the only company in the region that is starting to use indigenous products like sweet potatoes, like arrowroots, like millet, and we are now diversifying into other products, such as lentils and so on. So really, Africa or Kenya in general, we are so rich and we have wonderful, nutritious, high quality products. We are differentiated in the market. Preservatives, additives. We use natural raw materials. There were other chips companies, they use powder. I think many of you are familiar with Doritos, even Ola in Kenya, they use starch. So because of the size, in the beginning, the right quality. So we started initially with our own farms. So we wanted to monitor the right quality, the right consistency. So we get our maize with some of our farmers, Jami Transoya, Jami Marakwet. Sometimes we also get in Karatina because we want to make sure we mitigate supply. In case there is any issues of supply, we want to diversify. And this is normal in a business where you want to secure profitability and sustainability. The raw material supply is vital. And this is one thing. Successful, my parents. Cookie, because the institution was there, the industries supply. Amune were KCC, we were KFA. Cookie tinye sustained controlled supply of the raw material. This is one of the pillars, never industrialization, never value addition, never agro business. amune mami sustained supply kukorom kugete ba ile atabikyo josregase. At the moment we have 20 staff, so we do the full production. We also do the marketing. We do some of the merchandising. So we have staff that are doing all these. We have administration. So we are a full operation. So the young generation are very determined. They are very committed. Time. Now with the company in Bahrain, we're working now to take 3 staff to get out the production in Bahrain. Amnes geba Bahrain because it's a huge market and our products do not have additives or preservatives. So we want to be right on the market. So we are taking a partial production facility to Bahrain. And really the government of Bahrain is very supportive. The first time when I introduced my products, there were a small exhibition. The second day, the government of Bahrain sent a consultant about Jebiwot. We love your products. We want your products, but we want you to produce here. We will give you free factory. We will give you, we will pay for the equipment. We will help you with the marketing. We will help you with everything. It was irresistible. It was irresistible.
Amen. Kongoi nye Jebiwot. Ameche kityo ale amen Jebiwot. Ngoki koya ni monoto kunoto ko kongoi. Netai ko kongoi amu inyekan nebo man. Ako you try new things. Ako iyote konyekuk mekere konyek ngole imi ngiwendi igere ile mine what opportunities are there ngomai kosiman ak masit. Tam kemwochini biik Jebiwot kelechi ngeker kurget ibun tirisha. Kong nyekiker tirisha ibun kimonjok bun barak simande melal ngo ko kongoi kingeput uchumi kumoite bile ara sege aine so igeri ile ngawe kasi. That is why you are moving on. Kung yemi olin Saudi Arabia ka icheng kasi kobit opportunities korang golimba Bahrain meje ke magun jamnyat. So kameje kityo kote imwaiwech ile market nengung une market nengung ngolimba ka ame biik morik anan meche ko kwany kityo sikobit kwam chebo saburiet mengen kole mi che kororonen che kokochop Jebiwot. Ako tos noto amune sikoiwolin amu maame biik morik ngole amu kaker ko kororon matinye preservative chekuket ko natural che nekit kokemach eng ng'ony ko Jebiwot ameche iteschi notok sikobit kenyoru osea koteb akine tebutik chik. Ko Jebiwot, you are muted. Maana ale kalya. He muted Jebiwot.
Actually, I lost you for a moment.
Yes.
Pole, magas your question.
Yeah, kakateb Jebiwot ing nyole market nengunget ingolimba ka ame biik morik ing Kenya. Ako kongoi amu kiwe kora in the villages olini taune farms chekuket. Going forward, amu ngalekab supply, mameche ale amu biik kyok komuche kolejin okay, kitinye bandek, kokol bandek netai ngipkomi nebo oeng komatindoi supply kokenya kokakoen mung'aret. So noto amune sike expandan. Ameche ing'ololji bichu choket chu len kikole bandek angen ale kikoek biik discourage eng ngalekab beit nemami kobutyo institution kuyu kemwa. Kameche kityo anan tebutienyu katebe ale ame biik morik ing olimbo Kenya anan noto amune sikoiwe olimbo sang ole ame biik morik. Mara chuchuket komeche kokwany eng yekakokwany kori moriot sikwam ni okot chebo muchele ako kakeri chobe chebo kiy age tugul Jebiwot.
Amache amwa ale kongoi amu actually market nebo Kenya komaya kikemuch keba throughout our major towns. Kimi keyae kasit tugul kibagenge ak a distributor nebunu Netherlands. They distribute also high quality healthy products. So kikinamgei. So kimi ketoret amu umoja ni nguvu amu kimakimuche kityo. So we had to work with a distributor. So give me all over Kenya, give me coastal province, me Malindi, Lamu, Mombasa, give me Eldoret inyo. So chi nyo mi Eldoret imuje wenyoru Morik, mu Rupa Mall, mu Chandarana, give me Quickmart, give me Kitale, give me Kisumu, Kakamega, Bungoma, give me major towns. Aku kigeba kigetoret distributor, give me Sudan, Southern Sudan, give me Uganda, give me Tanzania, ngolole discussion geba Somalia through a distributor and maybe Ethiopia. So it's small quantities. We are a high quality product and are also a bit expensive. Lakini kita nyo koromichage because they are imports. Job konesang amu kimi gesinda nagai ak imports job kon America. They have cheap production. They have sophisticated production. So more nyacho in America, agucho kwek bay nus muchak. Amuchak kemi very high cost environment. So nyone very difficult. Our government does not also support really SMEs through regulating imports. So chang imports joge sinda nagai chang akwaro te ala challenge nyone. So iroti mtown is mtumangechen. Could they take more the import products? And like ours, amo ichak umakitinya additives, makitinya preservatives, we are natural, we are also our indigenous raw material. So that's why we are also trying to expand the market to more richer economies. Amu man, Ambassador Rono, there is one thing.
Jebiwot, kotoma itiota Jebiwot. So, kame jakora konai consumers chemi olimbaga eng jugibu kobun sang. Konai kole mi tofauti chebo Jebiwot amu jugugi jobe maiteschi preservative, yours is more natural. Kame je imwaji consumer inne konai kole tofauti nebo morit chebo Jebiwot. Ak chungin bote ne kone semutango indi chito supermarket ispendan chepkondok ial kita na kararan ako health Jebiwot.
So kle banaka kubaru Janet, our products are natural. Ne compare nature ak other imports. As I said, we are natural. Kubaishe in fact ours are more nutritious. Amukubaishe really products considered now superfoods. I think many of you who are really familiar with diet industry today, superfood is one that has become even more of big focus after Corona. Amugana bikle nele 90% of your protection to your well-being and your quality of health. So most of the time, it's our health. So our traditional ways, natural products, they were not over-processed like today. So really they are wholesome. Really natural raw materials. Sweet potatoes, we use the natural. We also use the millet, natural millet. Mommy powders, like many other products come in. Nero Antolembo Doritos, they use a maize starch, they use emulsifiers, they use softeners, they use all sorts of things. So our food is natural, it's wholesome. Neam Moriande Nyatak Agamuayole, a chamchamech la ye, a chamchamech, sana yekle, ki terene Bdelo. So also my variety of Kalenjin a chamchamech inai ile kole ne morianda kobo morianda nyami saina kusir nyoga chone sang. So lenya ne Ambassador
Kongoi nye Jebiwot agere Chitab Kapsabet eng yu Genevieve Tion kocham komi Kalenjin Nation ko kale oye ndemukoksei ateshin yagena nale ndemukoksei nyo Kapsabet ko Genevieve angen ale iwendi Kenya ko nekit yewe ibinyoru Jebiwot eng Nairobi si toret asokobit koit moriot kapsabit kole kichome moriot abwati ale nutritious kuye kamwa tokchigei kebeberta nebo kapsabet. Kelvin Keter ko kongoi, Jacqueline Cheruto ko kakosub ako baibai kabisa kole chome Bdelo, kole it is so yummy, kole snack ne yummy. Abwati ale kikwamchi Jacqueline no Moses Lagat ne tokosubet, chambi che tokosubet ing yo kimache kemwa kongoi ing akwek tugul. Ameche keba koi kebeberta nebo Australia sikobit Osea imuchi imwa ile subeng'wa atya iteb tebutikuk siketesetai ko Osea.
Kongoi tot nekitindoi betutab tak director anan kikure founder nebo kampunit nekile Bdelo. Agere imwae akobo Bdelo. I'm excited Balozi, ingen ile emoni achengab kebendi gym engo chekiboisie lejinin trainer nebo gym nyeche snacks. Akale snacks kotoretin koturtur kiloinikab borto. So kalen akas ko Bdelo ko mambo yote. So kongoi Jebiwot. Ameche agere biik chetukosubech kobun kebeberwek cheterchin agere chemi emetab Australia, chemi emotinwekab sang. Agere chepkogei Prudence kale watching from Malsalfon, Malta. Kongoi chitab Malta. Isubech kobun mi neno tune in. Moses Lagat ko boyot mi kebebertab olimbo Dubai. Ak biik chechang Balozi cheisubech ing kemboutab rani. Agere kakeityi biik kitokchinigei biik karibu 2,000 ing kemboutab rani kobun takwek cheterchin. Agere Joash Kemei Simba ni moja kobun kebeberta nebo Kabikwen ing olimbo Nandi County kosubech ako kako shian kabisa kwa different platform.
Ye transmission nengung Osea magasin.
Kongoi nekasa menyorwa akonyorwa ngot Balozi.
Kikosin Osea, kikosin testai.
Kongoi amang'u ale kakonyorwa tot Jebiwot neketindoi. Ameche ateb tebutik aeng. Netai ameche ateb kaimwawech a very successful company notok Bdelo kemwawech sai itokchinigei expandani itokchinigei emetab olimbo Bahrain ak probably emotinwek alak. Mi biik as starters, mi asolaek chengomeche kotoi mung'aret small businesses kotobotyin kileni arai makiuno anan tos angabileni itau maisich this problem inyendet itau this Bdelo ilara tos kamet amu that's a challenge in biik chechang. So mwawech as part of it. Muten.
You are muted, Jebiwot.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, agasa.
Kekas tebutietab Osea, kekas tebutietab Osea. Ako
kakas kelechoen.
Ya, abwati ale tebutietab Osea ko kateb kole eng chito nemeche kotoi new starters, cho meche kotoi mung'aret, you know, kou ne, what are you know some of the challenges chebune biik chemengechen ngot komeche konyo Janet ing yo, because Janet is an entrepreneur and she's aspiring to start a company. Ngot komeche kotoi ing Kenya ak chakimwoe kele obwa investors ngap kele kikonyo president ole nyokole oye come and invest in Kenya. What should I be look for as an investor ne young nenyone from ole nemeche ko invest in Kenya nemengen tuk cho ingen inye cho chakaimwa cho. So ako kateb chi nyu kole Alice Kimuge kole tos products chu komi Nairobi, ameche simwochi abwati ale mi Nairobi, ko kaimwochi biik ilechi mite taunishek chu echen, so mi Nairobi. Ngot komeche konyor Bdelo Alice ing Nairobi koendiono testai.
Okay, kongoi kanyataune the entrepreneurship. Ako iman klebana karubo pok atindionyu ko tugucho mi oche babani enyi ko tugun choki chakyoto sonu. Ako kimi a passion. Apkota ale betushe chisikwechi successful. Kapkatenyu kulenyi ai kinyo icheme. Ai kinyo ng'ololchini mulaitang'ung. Matiagi amugero siling. Amune menyoru siling kubat chomye. Lechi nya kecham da tuguk ki nerok tuguk kubat chomye. Kilenyone business. Especially today, among the world is saturated. There is so much competition. There is so many like yourself. Get product. Today in your supermarket, you see hundreds of chips. You see hundreds of crisps. So you cannot survive. So also manage experience nyanyu. Amukawa through a lot of challenges. Kenya. And the standard was, and the process was very tedious. It is different from Switzerland. The institutions work in Switzerland. The infrastructure work. Everything is in order and things function. Iman, Icho Kenya, nemache Icho Kenya, mache Irok la ilatat marabia. Agi nechone, kute cho yagi nyo icheme. Maticho ila achan chapsiling. The other challenge also, ku in your environment, night the market nyo mache to focus on. Kugiane kine failing in 2015 when we went flat. What I was holding on was the dream of my father, was the dream of my mother. I did not want to let them down. I did not want to falter. That is why Kasai, my husband, ole tikrindem Kenya, kanyawo, omatinyan lagok, agawaborye, asutisiling. So we start anew. So also business is not for everyone. It is for those who have a vision, who have a higher goal, who have a higher objective, not just to make money. And the moment you don't make the money, you will falter. So, kunyabareng, see Lokuchi successful, as I said, have some degree of resources or have a possibility to cover yourself. Kukianeki nocho, I knew maybe I might have to go back to work. And you have to sacrifice. You irat mayengu, irat muglaitangu, amukyo matalagokyu, aga matamze, aga wa Saudi Arabia, awa gorap chinya monget. Lakini kyole ikwe, amuki kya itenge. All kanyawo, I was up ndaga me Saudi Arabia, but God was with me. So I'm telling you, you must be determined. You must have a vision. Agone kyamache to come and salvage the little that was left with my parents. Amu ki institutions, ki rock pirate ram, ki rock merino ship, ki rock KFA, mag mitnya to kwalabandek in the organized way, the dairy farms. So, who I wanted just to hold on to their dream and their hard work and their aspiration. So never samak, never critical. Have your network, have your friends, have everywhere you are. Don't take anyone for granted. I remember last year when I took my first shipment, just when Corona hit, that I was. So I met somebody on the street. He was actually stranded. He stopped my car. In Saudi Arabia, don't stop for a stranger. But I could see in his face, this man was genuine. I gave him a lift. The following day, he took me to 7 supermarkets in Riyadh. So don't take anyone for granted. Don't undermine anyone. Even the ones you don't suspect, they can be your agent of salvation. So, my network, my friendship throughout when I was working in Saudi Arabia, I met a lot of wonderful people. who I felt I had nothing to give or they had something not to give. But when I was in need, they came generously. They directed me. There are many things, wonderful, useful things that even the simplest of human beings can do for you. Even that kindness, even that comfort is needed in business. So your network is very vital. The last thing and the most critical thing is integrity. Have integrity. We have been slow with Bdelo because we didn't do certain things that others do to succeed. I remember we was one time we were offered an opportunity to supply certain institutions, but because the process was compromised, we decided not to, even though it could have been our breakthrough. So I tell you, to be honest, it's the slow, but I believe it's the surest path to success. So you must be willing, you must be courageous to really stand the right thing, and let your dream, let your vision, let your aspirations guide you and hold you through the journey. Otherwise, it's not easy, but it's extremely fulfilling. For me, I feel even though I'm challenged, I am struggling, but every little step I make, it is so sweet. And I believe, all of us, those sacrifices, so any form of freedom, whether political, whether social, whether economic, so some generations where they are. When I think of Switzerland, it was the poorest country in Europe. People just used to eat potatoes. But their the founders of the current Swiss nation became together in poverty, with bleeding hands, because they had fought. So, but now it has become a very, very strong nation because of the commitment, of the aspirations to both their people, that we want a nation that will be respected around the world. So Kenya really, as our country, we are so blessed. We are so rich. And unbelievably, God was almost too generous to us. And I believe that word, my professor, JB, you are one step away from heaven. And indeed we are. So,
kongoi kabisa. In fact, angotuyo kai walu 80% of tebutye nebo aeng. Amita ateb kityo ngap kelen ngeboe kelat ketesyi nebo mununu. Ara tos iune ngalekab Bdelo ngakikure corporate social responsibility sikobishi biik chebo olimbo area anan mashinani, tos otinye any structure chebo ngalekab corporate social responsibility ing Bdelo?
Our factory komite Kajiado County, kimite oli kure kona baridi, ago kimi community nibo is a very diverse community, but it's still a Maasai community. So as a small growing company, what we believe in, one of the basis of social responsibility is honest and really a fair business. So first of all, we take good care of our employees. If you can, our organization, we are really we are very diverse in terms of gender. We support our staff, we give them training. We make sure, because without a strong staff, you cannot really pride on a good product and a good company. So that's our first pillar of social responsibility. We are fair, we treat our employees with integrity, and we give them the, as according to our standards, the best opportunities through training and through diverse opportunities within the company. The second element of our social responsibility is really our raw material. That's the value chain of the supply chain, where we really, and I think even our farmers and those who might be hearing me, they know that we pay generally fairly better than the market normally. And it ranges between 20 to 30% of the market price. Like if you, our farmer that we got last year, our maize, we are very fair because we believe in a win-win, that when our suppliers, our farmers are treated fairly, there is a great degree and chance of sustained and successful business. So, and the other element also is like now we are trying to offer also, our aim now is to create jobs, to really expand the business, grow the business so that it creates more opportunities. Here in our county, in Kajiado, we also support 2 children homes in our neighborhood, because we believe that any company or any undertaking, you share your success. So we do support 2 schools here, and one is called Tanya School, where they help children who are not able to talk or hear, and other forms of disabilities. We are very proud to be part of their institution, and we support our community here. Hopefully, we have other initiatives. We are working now with the youth groups here, because we want them actually to be some of our suppliers. So we are in the process of registering several cooperatives or groups that can grow for us Sukuma Wiki, because we use Sukuma Wiki. We just finished a trial of shea seeds, so we hope we can expand to our community here. I was also in Trans Nzoia in Uasin Gishu yesterday. There are 2 groups that came and took samples of shea seeds, because currently we get it from Uganda, which is great, because Uganda is very established in raw material for shea seeds. So we want to help our farmers here in our communities to grow shea seeds. So we are striving, and really I think the main element of our social responsibility is to have a fair and a business that operates with a high level of integrity and respect for our community. And our name itself is Bischof, Developing Local Opportunities.
Ko Jebiwot pole wasea kameje kityo atebe kemwa ile share seats kone ako Jebiwot kameje kora atischi tebutiet nebo in being able to run a business from a different country ngimi sang chamoko nguno ngot kumimi yotok konyamnyum makoi testai mungarengung amu ojorset kora chang tuguk. I'm sure part of the challenges ko yikonye kechobin Bdelo morik komuchi konyamando chito kochor morik kotito koib koba olin. Ko ameche imwoiwech ile share seeds chu kone atya number 2 imwoiwech ile how are you able to run a business from a different country, because challenges ko jo ngap most businesses cheronanune chito Nairobi kobutos ngolin mpaka ko leave alone even Nairobi, lakini inye ko kimi a different country. How are you able to run a business from a different country? Akimwoiwech akobo share seeds chu kone chuto.
Kongoi akobo tebutionone kabwat ale chang biik chonget chomi sang chomoche kotou business, but the problem is trust. Ak iker ile the person who you start with really embraces your aspiration. That is why kotou ale matiwe business if it is not your passion. You cannot delegate your dream. You cannot delegate. Now, you can delegate to your spouse or your partner. You must have a partner embracing the same dream that you have, the same aspirations, the same values, business and personal values. That is why, Brother Rono, we had to divide ourselves, like my husband. We cannot delegate what we had started. because someone else will come and do it just as a job. But it is so different. You run a business as a job and as really your own dream and vision. So ko ane sige succeeden ko amu kikiptegei kiki sacrifice that I was in the Middle East ko iminyendet you. And he came from Switzerland go metagorenyi amu kira anyinyinde nyokyotinye agubaga agu kilagubeti agotorating agonomoting akira like your dream is achieved. So ko one of the success factors, your partner must really be 160% with you. Otherwise, got konyo ak muglay kameneng kumay toy amu nay tare ko chas ndoku ko lilgi so kumaite so ko si succeed and chi kumay the partners you have, whether your own partner, your husband or your wife, kolasma or tinye the same view of how things can work or should work. So kunata nigitorane ako amajamuaji to dedicate this 1 minute to him and my daughters. Amu Daniel Bishop kuki kichoka man agu adaptan agu jamka agu Kyolog surprised to go to Switzerland 2 years ago. After 2 weeks, I'm homesick. Amu Kichamka Agu is now part of us. He's a Kenyan citizen. He's very proud. Agu really embraced the dream I have. Aklago Q Agne. Kitoro Talago Q during the holidays. They offer to work in the factory. They help to do some of the projects we have. So really make it a family business or, integrate your family. So every step you celebrate. So to succeed is really a strong family, a strong partner that really shared my so Kipkorir Bishop.
Kipkorir Bishop. Kongoi nye Jebiwot. Kame jokoratis chia muin. Kang tayo Jebiwot kuge muay wejile. Itinye siblings 26. Ako kageren Bdelo kami cheptongung abwati ale inendet no kame in korotwek ingen eng pichait age ko kientrustan ako kacham ngolyo nekemwa Jebiwot kele you cannot delegate your dream. So is this part of it? Ne eng biju togol ju 26 melen se ne kokole sukole bigin malase mai mutu chebor ngwang anan jo tupche anan ole kisirege mising ko yait ngalekab siling nyona mak jo tupche o sirge so abwati ale cheptongung no ko ketesetai nyo Jebiwot so itinye siblings 26 kai mwai wejile you cannot delegate your dream. Where are your siblings in tukyo tokol jo anangigele meje yai anange separate and family ak mangaret to spend it tukyo taganan nyoto le bitu siret apke melen se ne kokole sukole siblings o kage kako guste jane but you know ngeoy mangaret amu kako serious business chu Jebiwot. You are muted.
Kaga could drop in kidogo ngikachi a few minutes.
Sorry, I lost you for a minute.
So I don't know if you got my question, Jebiwot. Kagate bole kemwa iwej in the beginning you have you come from a family nesere you have 26 siblings. Agimwa iwej nya Jebiwot ile you cannot delegate your dream. It has to be your spouse and immediate family. Is this why kigo failance of business chajangamu yenya gimot kuge mutu family and go siblings usirge and gam kondo koyegasara guno? Is this part of can you give us a little advice amunga kolebiga gi mangaret ak siblings amugo jam dosi ago tupche your own blood because of this. Can you advise us? Should we do business with Jebiwot?
Okay, yeah, Kongo kaga singapsa aku man kitoma tau business ni kugikia tau business kak tu kenyo agan negiyo. Ako man it was a heartbreak. Igere? So like I've been studying culture in Waindi. Giger Waindi, they do business and there are 300, 500 in the family, the same business, and it is passed on from generations to generation. Ngiwe business ko accountant ko cousin, the HR is I don't know, uncle. They know the culture of business. I really don't blame our people. I'm marketing that really culture and also the practice and the experience. So this dream just it was between me and Koyonyu. He knows where I came from. Now I must say my siblings have been very supportive because even the first maize, they are the ones who grew the first maize that we used, and they still grow for us. So I've integrated them one way or another. They have obviously been part of the employees. Unfortunately, again, there are some things that do not quite work. Amu ak business. So ngobel chinguna ale chigaliasi ainyagni kogere kole kagona matarao. Now he's saying Jebiwot now is my brother, Kalia or my sister. They cannot separate, and this is the challenge we have. So we have had issues with some relatives, but now anengo as a relative go lasma go sir application. So under through the same selection process and anybody else. In my company, it's 12 permanent employees. And they come from 8 different communities because what we are interested in is to get the best. I have some relatives, yes, and they have proved to be the best. So mamache is mixing relatives and professionalism. The expectations must be crystal clear when they are coming in. What needs to be done and how you should treat them. I have one of my best employees. She's my brother's daughter. And when we are in the office, I am madam, and when I'm outside, I am auntie. She knows how to separate those two. So it is up to you to make an effort, also to coach them, to give them training, how they can actually, how you expect them to happen. I believe relatives are an asset. They really can actually feel owners of the business. They are easy to integrate them, to have a sense of ownership, and they have a greater degree of loyalty. But it is hard work to integrate them into the business, and you must be exemplary yourself. You cannot compromise. They must see that discipline. They must see that focus in you. So now I'm very proud of the relatives who are with me. Some have come, they did not survive because they could not differentiate between auntie, senge, and the business owner. So it's hard work, but I think there is really a great sense of security. There is a great sense of pride also. If your family and your members are with you, they are your support system, your social support system. And that is so important, to have your family to support you morally. And I am so happy. They are my fans, they like the Mortet. And when I make little achievements, they send their congratulatory messages. I feel that they are proud. So relatives, depending on how you handle them, the way you integrate them, the way you orientate them in your business and in your dream, can actually be a cutting line between success and failure. So amwale chamtugul lakini chamtugul ing oret ne nyolu ak oret ne sincere professionalism. So my family members, lazima kosir key application and apply for a job. Mami nyocho kusoma kile anti kono kasi. Sir akikono your own reasons why you want to work with Bdelo. Unatak.
Kongoi nye Jebiwot, kongoi kawakas family. Lazima isir application, me kaunde nile kityo kusira anti. Lazima iboru professionalism. Ako ngimi kasi, ko Madam Jebiwot, lagini nyanya ko itsang ulingoy kanti. Ko kimeje kebe kenyoru osea mangen ale to kusube ngose kenyoru Janet ko tebutyen ni ako nekit ketar tetutiet si onye kikochi Jebiwot komwa ngalek chik chebo let ko osea abwati ale to kusube biik ing yo ngoti kosech osea ko kongoi ngakwek tugul che kausubech ing kebeberwek che omi ko osea mangen ale to kusube ngo ko osea.
Kongoi Balozi Bitarono, kongoi biik che isubech eng kemboutab rani, biik chechang kabisa chekaingian eng betutab rani, chekakonyor ng'oliot, biik che inspiring in a different ways, both ng'alekab mung'aret ak general life. Kongoi agere mwalimu Eric Maraba, kosubech mwalimu Eric Maraba komi kebeberta nimbo Angare, kale mi lok, mi tunin, agere Daniel Ngetich noto kobo Kadi Sacco, chairman nebo Kadi Sacco kebebertab olimbo Western Australia, mi tunin isubech eng kemboutab rani, kale hakuna kulala. Kongoi mwenyekiti agere president nebo Kitwek olimbo Western Australia noto ko boyot Steve Sitienei kosubech all the way from headquarters nebo biikab kutit eng olimbo Western Australia. Agere chi nekure Marcos K ko mwenyekiti nebo YCS ACM kebebertab olimbo Western Australia kosubech eng kemboutab rani. Agere premium Chemweno engineer kosubech kobun taonit neo nebo Queensland Australia ako mi tune in. Agere Matret Cheptanui kale kongoi mama isubech inendet kobun kebeberta nebo UAE United Arab Emirates. Agere kora Chemei Paul isubech kobun kebeberta nebo Doha Qatar. Asper Soimo kale isubech akine komi kebebertab olimbo Dubai. Kirwa all the way from Dubai. Kongoi biikab olimbo Dubai ak kebeberwek tugul chebo kebebertab Middle East. Agere omi lok, omi tune in eng kemboutab rani, one of your own nemi show kong'alalwech moja kwa moja kong'ete kebeberta nebo Bahrain. Agere chi nekikure Mais Felista kale mi inendet olimbo Iraq kosubech eng kemboutab rani. Agere chi kora nemi kebeberta nebo olimbo Somalia isubech kora eng kemboutab rani. Ratat Balozi mangen ale agere kora Elikana Rotich Mayo kale isubech kong'ete olimbo Pretoria kebebertab olimbo South Africa komi kosubech eng kemboutab rani. Karibu.
Kongoi Pius Chelagat kosubech Pius Chelagat agerin Dr. Alice Cones notok komite kebeberta nebo America olimbo Texas ko kongoi Joseph Sitienei notok ko PRO abwati ale nebo kotab kaa komite kebeberta Maryland, biikab Maryland. Abel Weldon kosubech kora ak akwek tugul chosubech kimeche kemwa kongoi nete tanyang muren ako kongoi ngakwek tugul chekaosubech. Jebiwot kaitiny biik chechang ako kacham ng'olyong'ung awendi ane ng'olyono kole you cannot delegate your dream, so metyem ing'etin ko kito neichome ako yeimeche iyai mung'aret iyai kito neichome, meyai kito amu koiro Jebiwot kokoai. So tebeke korok ile achome kiy ameche ayai asikobit kosulda, otherwise ikwomoni isomoni eng katikati. Ko ameche awek akoi kebeberta nebo Florida asikoteb engineer tebutienyi. Abwati ale nekit ketarate ko engineer ameche iteb tebutieng'ung ngot koi.
Kakotwekchi nekele tabarno kale ami Switzerland ak asubi tetutiet eng kemboutab rani. Kongoi tabarno.
Kongoi nye tabarno eng olimbo Switzerland. Abwati ale kaicherak eng Switzerland, mongen ale imyeno eng Switzerland. Achame Switzerland Jebiwot nebo man. Geneva, taonishek cho tugul cho ko kararan Switzerland. Anyiny chekoab Switzerland nebo man. Uni mongen okot ale lione, lakini anyiny cheko korono kabisa. Ako chang twolik, yani twolyot uni king'ete koronotok. Ngap akot kerotyi olabuch singonyo koristo, chome bichu yani komi twolyot. So chitab Switzerland kongoi. ko Jebiwot anan chepkoge engineer. Karibu.
Kongoi Balozi, I have been taking notes, especially as an aspiring entrepreneur and looking up to Jebiwot, all the things cheye ko kongoi Jebiwot amu share. So kakitebenen tebutiet agenge kele chia seeds kone kamache kityongon Jebiwot yarorwech at kestige keshanji ak biik sikongen biik kole what are the benefits iman the health benefits chemite amitwogik cheichobe angen ale spinach ko very high in ions kotoreti ngalekab korotik ngalekab millet ko kararan kora ngalekab ions chang superfoods iarorwech Jebiwot atya sashean kidogo kityo akobo chia seeds. When I first learned about this chia seeds, yeah, karibu.
Kongoi engineer Janet, kongoi Miss Mangatala, I'm muted or what?
You're
No,
good.
that's
Okay.
fine.
Yamwa amwachi biik chotokol chekakas. Hello, Janet, akasokwe?
Kikasin akinye?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So kama chama kongoi amwachi biik chotokol chekaketuye rani. Aku kouyo kamwat kai ale achek focus on superfoods or nutritious foods mainly legumes, vegetables, seeds, and grains. So goes to focus on kemeche chakulek chetoreti kotech borwek ako saidi in minerals. Anga tukotokol umatiya ko chakula choma ango biik chotinye diabetes. It is low in carbohydrates or sugar and high in minerals such as iron. So ko chia seeds kukinyama chakareke ak matiya. Seeds chomangechen agune kukole 3 months kukikas. In fact 58 days kukaikas. Aku chia seeds ku very nutritious tinye kinyole a gel. This gel is very good for your stomach. Kinyotinye ba ulcers, kinyotinye any strain mu constipation, toreti mu minerals. They are high in magnesium. They are high in also in terms of minerals such as phosphorus or what can I say? So I've got a mucha soman. Is a really very nutritious product. Aku kichaba moria, nyabo chia seeds, kuumba chaba matia, umba chaba sweet potatoes, kimige chaba sim. There were all these seeds and indigenous seeds. For this seed kukichone mostly South America. So kikutoy many countries now who call chia seeds. Uganda is leading. Also Ethiopia is leading. Now it's being promoted in Kenya. Even if amwane amacha al, so kota une a few pass, lakini kumacha also to market. Amu asama kala beke supermarket. Naba supermarket kile Chandarana, kile Carrefour, you will see kile 100 grams. 100 grams is 200 shillings. So kune call kilo moja, kumuchi nyorchine 1,000. Kyokola na in 1/8 of an acre, onyor 20 kilos. In 58 days, kagas. So it's also, I encourage all asaman about chia seeds, anet bi kwok, anet boror yoshe kwok, akubo tukun chomi kuchenga kore ba nyenyan, kikmat bi tukun chote jabor. Aku say the tukun chomi sigaru chongering, aku mi chumbi chongering. Amu apkota anole angat kokorowe chole ba blood pressure, chole ba diabetes, kuki ku misan bi chachan, koroi tap sigaru. So kushia seeds is a very nutritious product. Isu tabagu dogo, ita sembache, ita se yogurt, ita semba your juice. Agi kurgurubat, wiro ile ibi yonge, aku ki ku teching, agi ku willing, anan ki ku saboni. So That is about share seeds. So kinyomeche to try kinyomi Kenya imwawo amucha richena agona kolanyorchini the seeds. I also have some. Imuch igolchi bat kap kiyeng kidogo ityeme kinyole sagok bat kinyochone le chepkarta. Got konget chi chepkarta markweta. You close in 3 months kinyor the seeds. So kuasa male porgyane these are not things cho koromen michak. So I've got Janet ka wale tebu tiengu de tukmigi nya mate imwawa.
Kongo.
Kongoi nye Janet, kongoi nye Jebiwot. Agere Genevieve Tion kale kinyorchin ano kale tos saplan seeds ju ko Genevieve yewe Kenya ibijen Jebiwot sitite keswe jotok imuchi okot maybe kimeche seketyem chutok kuni ngekole bandek kotekoni long, so kikokilechi biik kokol avocado kotok kole biik makiame avocado lakini kaonyoru chebo 3 months cheimuchi kotoretok. So sibicheng Genevieve sibicheng Jebiwot ing Nairobi sikeib seeds cho koba olimbo Kapsabet kale Genevieve atiari akol ko kongoi ing akwek tugul. So otyem chukyuta tugul ako woi
Konana nafas, konana 1 second. I got Genevieve. Chamgay tubje, chamgay Genevieve. Ama jamu ale Genevieve. Ko ngiro chitarit kubrurtoy. Ko nyolu kitinyo koris kamening makabebay. Genevieve has been like a little wind under my wings. Genevieve, thank you so much. She has been very encouraging. One of those people nyamu anale. Name business. Chorwa ko karam, chorwa kwanying, amu batama koning encouragement. Genevieve has really been one of very key person. She's in the US, but she's very close to me. So Genevieve, karibu ka, mi amige chebung moria, ichu amda mersi, ichu amda vein, ichu amda subu. Kongoi, karibu nyumbani.
Gongoi nye Genevieve kaigas ko yewe ndi biteleleng Nairobi. Agi mut koto mi Jebiwot olimbo Kenya kotomo kowek Bahrain imut akoi Kapsabet kakoyan Genevieve kole imuchi kosip kocheng keib Bdelo koba olimbo supermarkets chebo Kapsabet ko Genevieve you will make that happen asikoi mutai yakibwa nyekenyoru Bdelo eng olimbo Kapsabet itit yobunu Eldoret ko kongoi ing akwek tugul chekaosubech kongoi chi age tugul nekoisubech kameche kotateb tebutiet agenge Jebiwot kotomo kebwa kemwa kele what do we take away from this program nekakisub ako kosubech biik chechang. Ameche ndeng'ololchini amu inye nguno ko an investor eng emetab Kenya. Ki konugei inyongolin ak irelocate ak ibiyat ak itau employen biik eng investment chuto tesetai. Imwachini ne serikali what are some of the advice nindo kilechinin advice an serikali anan mara kokase okot biikab serikali eng yu. What can you tell them in some of the challenges chebune investors chemeche kobwa emetab Kenya kokeng'alale kon ng'alekab tariffs tukcho tugul challenges. What advice would you give to the government asikobit kotoret investors anan koluan investors kobwa emetab Kenya, especially now that we have unemployment rate nekakwer olimbo 40%. Abwati ale kokonakta since corona came ko unemployment barak nyalilda kora kouno. What advice would you advise the government sikotoret investors kobwa emetab Kenya ak kwai mung'aret sikocreate an employment? Jebiwot.
Balozi, amawal Jebiwot angateshi on that question ne kora neimwochini serikali ninyo siko encourage local investments and local entrepreneurs. Amu kikere misingi ko supporteni our government mostly outside investors, mostly the Chinese, maybe Indians, maybe other communities. Ndakiker businesses chebo biik chemite cheuacheket, for example, the lady niki the beer company. Igere go frustrated ni serikali, so mwawe chile tos ne imwaje ni serikali especially so ko supporting not just external but also internal entrepreneurs. Karibu Jebiwot.
Iteshini kora for instance ngap kemi oli komi kine much angot probably meta much angot mamungaret much inyoru local hospital meje some staff ketorete biik ngolin koshikelechinin konu chechok ane sikobetuni ile jukwaa jumeje bijwa kone kabitorete biik ngolin. What's your advice on that as well? See, I see.
Kongoi akobo tebutyanane aku asome nyoetab kat amu ngengalale tuguk chebo serikali ak also wananchi kabisa amwanareka amu iman mache konai serikali kole what is the core business nebo the country, what is our main engagement. Amu agere man serikali nenyo unu maingen really where the core and the pillar of progress lies, and that is agriculture. Amu majority of our people are in the rural communities, the rural country areas, and they are the ones, they form the pillars of this nation. And really, one of the most painful thing, they have not really come out and told the people what matters in our country, such as agriculture, for example. It is the backbone of this country. Give other countries, and you see their national agenda. It is around their core competence. It's the core resources. If you go to Middle East, they have capitalized on oil and gas, and they have used it to the benefit and to the progress of their people. United Arab Emirates is a very young country. If you saw pictures of Dubai 20 years ago, it was a desert with a few buildings here and there. Today, it's an international hub for business because they literally understood the value of their core resources, which was oil and gas. Now they are busy diversifying. And Dubai is the largest trading hub, even for African products. We have not really discovered our core business. Our core business is food production and feeding the world. In Igere, Africa has 68% of the arable land, of the world arable land. And when you hear our country like Kenya, 96% of onions are coming from China, it drives me absolutely crazy. It drives me, it makes me so sad. Iman koko sindane ke taught kutungui. Sige import 96%. The rest of the 4% is coming from Uganda, from Tanzania, and even Egypt. My God, this is the level of ignorance that our country, our institutions, and governments really show. The same thing with maize, the same thing with fish, the same. Kenya today imports 100 billion worth of food. My dears, Kalenjin, we were the bread basket of Kenya. What happened that Kenya is importing 100 billion worth of food? Anareki man, ago asama team nibo agere ne Chitab Kalenjin, anaregat man in this position. Amu, the poverty that's in our communities is absolutely needless. It's shameful. And it's disgraceful. Amu kitinye tugu, kitinye baratunwe, kitinye nguvushek, kitinye the knowledge, the education. Niki kike alta tuga, kike alta ke chirek, And yet, marketing yang ngomnatet ak naet nyamuche kotech boror ye. So, ko tuguk cho soman, ako tuguk cho amwachini serikali, ko they have not put priorities where truly it ought to be. I attended a budget community participation, never my ward in Lela. And truly, Kiki Gochi, imagine, out of 60 million, Kiki Gochi my ward, 500,000 is only on agriculture. 500,000 is only on agriculture. It is the level and the understanding of what the priorities are. And this is where we have missed the point. Secondly, when I attended this participation, I was among the only professional from that ward that attended that budget discussion. Imman Bargeta Kalenjin, Imakayano, Kublokom Aksanyaga, Nyamangat even budget to really give ideas to challenge that budget. Kige mateka professionals, Kige mateka, Kige sulka, Kige nyaldaka, Kige professionals. Ako kyo sam angotane nyoeta ka, amukyo mateka. I have not been attending such things. So the professional community, the elites, have abandoned home. I know sometimes it's not our choice, it is circumstances. But what I want to say is the lack of knowledge, the lack of expertise, the lack of advisory that is needed to guide our people. Our people are ready. Iman, when I visited Transoya 2 weeks ago, I went to Elgeyo Marakwet. Really, our people are ready. The young generation are strong. They are very enthusiastic. Lakini, Magi got the missing link. There is a missing link, and it's you and me, the professional, that missing link. The third thing, co-infrastructure. The challenges with the infrastructure. Because even me, I cannot take my products to Marakwet, because by the time I take one box to Marakwet, it has doubled in price. Among the roads, the transportation, the cost of petrol, many infrastructural expenses are too high. And any business to thrive, you need to be quick and efficient into the market. So this is one of the challenges where I believe the government must put a lot of emphasis. And we had a lot of hope in the Big Four agenda, which had agriculture, infrastructure, industrialization. Because when we look at the histories to Switzerland, Switzerland has no resources. It imports 96% of raw material, but you can't believe they export 98%. Because they have imported the 96% and they add value and make it 98%, and they are an export dominant country. We Kenya, we are import. Key important ni ake important ango tugu tegimu ketchup in 7 minutes. Key important ni tugu that actually degrades us. And I must say, me tugu milk, me sugar, and yet we. So it's a government to put priority and really make those things happen. In fact, like me, I'm ready because nobody can afford my Morio. I took it to Marakwet. Nobody bought it because I wish I had started with giving people money in the hands. I have never been so desperate for my people to make money to pour Morio. And no business will thrive in Kalenjin land if we don't have money in the hands, if we don't protect the little we have. Negateole liba China, am never blogum, am never gorin, am never jesang, sugot of rabiet, not a got of ka. Never one, Amajatarego uni, or let's get us time, especially at Jebiwot Kalenjin. We must be united. Mami kipsepchigei netun kosop kosulda. Akosoma angot akwek yomi sang, the diaspora, show us an example. Show us an example. You cannot preach to us all anamgei agomonamage angot akwek. Agonamgei ayatu goshek in America all the way chaik, all the way to amune siko biik chetindoi shops chebo machanik ko Chitab Kalenjin amune siketinye chaik kekure Kericho ako chito nekibunu Middle East ako nyokole Kericho chaik kibano professional anamgei ako borchi kiplokomak Sanyaka meaning nebo kibagenge makimi kibagenge biikab Kalenjin ngo makimi cooperatives ngo makimi SACCOs ngo makimi companies. Today there is a lot of money. I was approached the other day by ICDC. This is the Industrial Development Corporation of Kenya. They are looking for investors, but they need companies. They need people who are united. They need people who have structures. And just structures the job big up Kalenjin. Yeah? Amune sumakitinya even one kawa ngete Transoya. Ago Eldoret. The only buildings jogere ko kanisa oshek ak wine and spirit shops. Oye, mutyo biikab Kalenjin. Amune makitinya ngot kula agenge. Ikitech kanisoshek, ketech ne? Ketech if you Google, just Google map nebo Rift Valley. The most things here ko churches and jagure hotels. Agungi hotel komi wine and spirit. I was shocked. Center na nyu nebo Gimnai. A small container wine and spirits. But they don't have even one single cooperative or group. Kondoik is the last shame of our communities and our country. Because kondoindet na tomo konai kole biashara is the way to go. Nitunyo ko berbere big bursaries. Nitunyo ko berbere big kasishek. Kole nyosa mungasit. That person is insulting you. They must come. Agole industrialization, entrepreneurship is the way forward. The means to get to entrepreneurship, even the knowledge of mateki jota kerway, amatige and jerochi nyole. Kongo Ivarian, Mata Sinitacha. Amuka narrate, again Achamok, and narrate in your chomye, and narrate in your man. Amu Achamaga, Aribaga, Agomagornon, the Gubaka. We are one step away from heaven, my dears.
Kongoi nye Jebiwot, kongoi nyoluman generate amu kanyemwa kondo. The amount of money that we import food kobwa Kenya ago 68% arabola negi muji kibatishe ko nyalilso biik ko ngwan man ko negi seketarte tutietenyu ko kongoi ngakwek tugul joka osube jogere kako Jacqueline Cheruto Salem kako long Salem ngole mitei Salina Sego Keino kongoi paddles akwek tugul jo miteu kongoi ing sirutik kwak kongoi amu ka osube kongoi abwati ala ka ijera kaji au ka inetkeke ko ameja awek anyor engineer what is kotomo kikoji Jebiwot komwa ngalek chik chebo let ko engineer angen ale kaisir a lot of notes kuye kakemwa kasirinyo mautie Jebiwot. I will always remember that you cannot delegate your dream. So ameje inaji tokol notok ye iwendoti simamutai imete uyoge koite sabondangung ile namwone sa angawawi so memetai sabondangung so your dream ko it's not anybody's dream so mogoi delegaten lasima ngi delegaten chita no koskindosi a spouse anango chita no ngenge kapesa na o mwetu wangalyo kole bas kikian so ke aiguni so kita nebo kamanut no ibane no so engineer kotomo itiosea ko mongen ale some of your takeaway eng tetutietab rani ko ne nekeibinye.
Kongoi balozi au kongoi Jebiwot for such an inspiring. Abwati ale ketara a very high note mateshini yage eng yotok ak abwati ale kakokas our leaders akemeche biik che niko mwachin biik chok kou yeu amu abwati ale atkan kora kerobe taban makimeche keng'alal ukweli, makimeche keng'alal kele ne nekabarech, kikecham handouts mising, kikecham chenyone chito nikokonech kityongon chebo buch. Atya mutai komakingen angot kele ne nekeyoe, ano oleketakchinigei, ko kongabwati ale kaimwa noto komie. Takeaway nenyu korong netai alen I'm very very happy to see such a strong woman trailblazing kwae tuguk cheechen, so kongoi Jebiwot amu nginyo kokerepresentan chepyosok ak muranik ak tibik ak everyone negere kole I can do it, I can also make it, especially as a girl, especially as a woman. Ako kubunu olimbo Merkwete, mangen, I have never heard of your village, lakini iboru kole imuch itaune ole itaune chi. It does not matter where you come from, it does not matter your family, it does not matter your background. You can do it, and you can do it in great heights. Melen ile local kityo, melen ile Kenya nege, you can do it outside, you can go anywhere as long as you dream. Ako ka takeaways chechuket ko chekakamwa Jebiwot kole fundamentals nebo a successful business. Neabwoti kora angot akine ale fundamentals chutok ko fundamentals nebo a successful life. Kakale Jebiwot kole boisie passion neng'ung. Use your passion to do what you want to do. Cheng chito konorwet notok neitindoi ako and that gift nekikonin Jehovah, nekikonin Mungu neng'ung. Akiboishe notok i-advance to the next level. So sich vision, sich that passion, and then go for it and do what you can do. Nebo aeng, kakile boishe your network. Your network is your net worth. Kakile your network is your net worth. So meche ngapi wendi chito bi evaluate ile choronok chuk istine ma chepkondok mising, angot wisdom ne choteshinige, evaluate every once in a while, iwe akibwat ile network nenyoni ko ne what is the value negona. So iitchigei chi, and then that is how you evaluate. Sina ile suppose a change ni, suppose a value, and suppose a testai with the same people. So your network is your net worth. Ibwat kunotok. Ang mising ne jama sisitisani ko integrity. Picture onge, let us learn to practice integrity. Olaginye kichama kase kelen magiberberi chi angot pictures kigonyiti pictures lakini betushek chu magiyani chi ko mangen angot. So I think let us go back. It's basics jo. Basics. Ako kagile kakamwa Jebiwot kole it's slow but eventually you will see the results. Mat koekita nekimeche tukun chebo haraka. So it's all about hard work. Akoma hard work. Work smart. Be honest. Aikita nebo ukweli. Namutai ngonyo chito ak nikolenchin kouni, you know exactly how it was. Ako meratege. So let us make our community better. Ako kakomwawech biikab Kalenjin mangen ale kilya, we were the bread basket. I always hear ngager angot akine ain kwagere sukaruk chakile harmful, tinye mercury, we're importing it from China or from wherever it's coming from. Why? Yet we can do this. Why are our leaders? I think this, I will really pose it for our leaders. Why are you allowing this to happen? Leaders chebo Kalenjin, kikolya bandek. Leaders chebo Kalenjin, what happened to our economy? Kikolya ngalekab chego. Sigere kenyalildosi, sigere kebwane, we will always come to your houses. Nikesome rabinik ko amu magitindei, and magitindei amune. You are not standing up for us so that we can progress and create our own. Our people kumameche handouts. Our people just want to work hard and do their own thing, make their own money so that they can spend it. Mameche chi kwendi kosomoti chi, mabwoti ale boibochin chi kunoto. So ongigilge, our leaders, kakomwa Jebiwot missing, ako ourselves as well. Kakole despite all these challenges, we have seen Jebiwot has gone to such great heights, and she has still achieved navigating left, right, and center. Ngobutne, she still stands up and keeps running. So, inye ne ikasangyo kaigas opportunities chejang kage mwa una koba chia seeds. Amacha work one thing here in I don't know if you can see. Tostagu. Ni ko songik cho igere cho. Songik cho jama kwanya. Lakini where do I get it? I get it from an Indian store. Those magi mujiman nga okay. Nga jeta ugolep songik enga. Anga na lagi ga wirtap songik. But look, I buy it so expensively. Awendi aje ngati. I only know one shop. Care opportunities cheujo. Ako superfood. It's one of the superfoods. Songik, mosongik, chia seeds. Chang tugu ongewege to the traditions and let us value our own. Kongoi.
Kongoi nye Janet imite kebeberta no kongoi kage ragi jo kipsungi jo choto jege koranguli musarek logini. It is actually imported from India. Ko mange na legelia tege gole anan mage gole so ngap kelen muji sinegi ko kwaman ngalega bandek logini ko chang tuguk chegi muji kayai ogot chia seeds joge mwa jo ko ndemu goksei ameje ko tinyoger jo ta sabakol we want to try that ingoli Jebiwot ak pik kesubeje ko targok kwandanyu ko kokol sojek kokol so tenye kiborwok amu kokol eng imbar kokol tuk choto tugul jo chekiame nguno ko ketesetai kosea ameche akoneni imwa what are some of your takeaway sikobit kikochi Jebiwot komwa ng'alekchik chebo let.
Kongoi balozi Pitarono, kongoi kora Jebiwot safarit anan chamwet ko demgwaje tino bai binda mama nungo wi magaine lakini amu tetutiet angen ale after tetutiet ma ko raisi to gure ngana kwa mama so karagityo so kongoi ka ginetege tuguk chejen
ngoi ke jo ko bayin ose ngoi ke jo ko bayin kokole atinye lakwetab sange ngomite office kogure madam nyanyoli ngoek sange so testai
so nguni ndakibwa ground ngai mama so Carlos amede awech kongoi gura ko commentan professor ga kongoi professor you are one of the professor ni subite tutiet for more than 3 hours go subit kapsa all the programs kiweji kongoi magitekani for granted professor you mean a lot kamwa alengaliata apsaiwal balosi gale go in marakwet ko answer gale saiwal ko in marakwet ko answer so kongoi prof for that comment we kiweji kongoi ganetege tuguk chetan netai balosi ango nego ibane go diversification not only ngalegab tuguk chekigole ango ngalegab marriage gere success nebo Jebiwot ko ngap kele dilago oye imutwei nebo gaa lakini gere Jebiwot kiwa ulimba Swiss lakini tuguk yakonye kwa ingolimba mashinani ko kanganyet metwe kana kanganyet kabwatutik ajek tugul so at the end of the day kote kiting isup ole ka kotwekchi muguleldangung amu ngap ki saiseretu lagok with a lot of ngalek balozi ko diversification ngalekab chi nekenamchige ko so long as kotitinye your vision and objective amu what Jebiwot ko sai ko tuguk cheechen eng emetab Kenya kit age kora ko diversification eng tuguk chekiyoe ngap inyoru balozi keyai tuguk kiketiene diversification lakini ngap ikase ilen kelechi biik oye oleje avocado nyugole age oye avocado komakikwongin tarushek so onge diversify ngalekab tuguk chekiyoe kora kolimba mashinani sikosikyi ak kit age balozi nekanyorchi kabisa shoini ak ngalalet nekakongalal dot ko ngalekab opportunities chang ngiwe social media ngiwe platform chechang ko neranik chechang chengalalwech achek chekimi emotinwekab sang kongalalwech kole oye inwana tareto nebo lugit jioni lakini angot ing shule nyago it is an inspirational amu kangalale a lot of opportunities chemuch kwa jita ngolimba ground ko kanetege akine and we are looking forward in future kotomo agere Bdelo ngole emetab Australia. So kitoche kabisa Bdelo emetab Australia, ngishukan olebo Australia kabisa kemeche that product nebo Bdelo. We have a large population and 80% koboishe ngalekab grapes. So kongoi missing, we are looking forward. We will keep referring this episode as we move forward in ngalekab expertise, everything referring to this show. So kongoi missing. We are looking forward of working with your company Bdelo in future.
Kongoi nye ose, kongoi Jebiwot amu ye boroindo kuni si job Bdelo made in Kenya. So kararan kabisa ke grinden kele made in Kenya singeame ngolyo kot komi kene exported anan imported from Kenya konyo sang ko kimakun chemnya Jebiwot yeitesetai takeaway nenyu ko awendi ak nekai kityo nalen ane you cannot delegate your dream. Kokere kamwa kora Jacqueline Cheruto kole ngolo kole biik kyok, I am so inspired, you cannot delegate your dream, have a vision. Amwa age na subenoto alejini isub vision ng'ung'et ole koibun muguleldo ng'ung kita nebo komonut kuyo kamwa Janet ko icheng network bo komonut chi age tugul neinyoru menoe ile umiongo menoe ile inyoru ngo akomuchi kotoretin chito neotetege eng yo maybe kokiyok chichotok keyok Mungu chichotok konyo sikobit kotoretin so kuskong meker biik ak ityekate biik ker ile imuchi kotoretin. Unity of purpose kararan kora kibagenge en yo akitya ikilgei chi ak isa asikobit kosulda tugukuk. Kakomwa Jebiwot chepkondok chekiboisie keimporteni amitwogik isutukoni chito ile ngot keboisie chetechoi ko ndakiyoe acheket tukchuto tugul komukoksei. Kimakun chemya Jebiwot yeitesetai ibuildeni your business. Kongoi akotakekurin eng betusiek chemi tai ngemakun chemya cheiwendi tokchinigei olimbo Bahrain uibor eng emonotok ako yeiwendi ko berurin Jehova iwendi iyoe tuguk cheiyoe kabwatutik cheiyoe. Kongoi amu keyan inyo tetutienyo. Kimache kekonin Jebiwot nafas imwa ng'alekuk chebo let eng kasubik kyok atya kakimwa kele yeking'etye eng Bahrain komakinoe kele kitokchinigei ano mara keitu Kenya anan kebe ketokchigei kebeberta age tekecheng'e biik kyok eng kebeberwek chemi. Kongoi ngakwek tugul chekaosubech kichomok nebo man. Kongoi eng boroindo nekoib kaosharan kindoi Facebook kindoi YouTube sikobit imuchi irefan iwege icherake kaicherech nebo man Jebiwot kacherake eng olomi yekitesetai eng yu ko ameche amakun chemyach ameche amakun chemyach Janet ameche amakun chemyach Osea ngekonin Jebiwot imwa ng'alekuk chebo let Jebiwot.
Kongoi kereta kongoi team nebo Igere Chitab Kalenjin, brother Osea in Australia, brother Rono in Ohio ak Janet in Florida. Kamache amwa kiy agenge kabisa akobo kwek. Amache amwawok batai ale kongoi amu kyotinye keret nekararan kabisa. Amu biik kyok kimache nae, kimache cherse, kimache kenai examples. Kongoi amu kacheng biik chomi sang boru oretab success, the oretab kasuldaet. Amu iman ngotko angot ane sait chekiait ko kyotinye biik chekiokere, chekiarutyi, kyotinye biik chokichero, kyotinye biik kikorekteno. So kongoi amu this program kota ole temne ndokusut every village such a forum. Nyong'ololchini vijana akinye samani ing Chitab Kalenjin kimi kokwo kimi bororiet nyokitusot nyoking'olole biik ng'alek bororiet kekorektene tugun chemayekis ketete tugun chekoyekis maketinye biyokure baraza baraza nasinye bo kwong'ut amu netuiyo biik ako ng'ololchigei ako kaskei Aku netkei, aku koni chito kon mfano nyanyi. Orotan tesetai bororiononi. So kongoi Hosea, kongoi Rono ak Janet. This is a wonderful forum. And now I even feel more honored and really more privileged to have been in it. Amo, I did not expect the quality of facilitation, the quality of questions, the quality of probing, really the honesty, the transparency, the integrity that you have. Kongoi, komache kityo amwa ole kongoi. Komache amwa one lady now kure Jacqueline, now acknowledged. And I also want to recognize everybody. Okwek tugul biik chobo Kalenjin chekab kaa in forum ni. Kongoi amu, I feel also blessed to have had your hearts and minds and ears. So ku ateba amache amwa le kongoi leye aganke was forums cholecho. Kinomika ine Marquette when after we did the budget discussion with the county officials. It was refreshing. Kengalal ak biik chobo village.
Kaiwe mute Jebiwot. Please unmute.
Jebiwot, you are muted. Yeah, that's right.
The world is very unity of mind and unity of aspirations and vision. Amu, you cannot compete in this world now. Amu of the complexity and the demands of knowledge, the diversity of knowledge. So kukungai akwet kwa misanga namgei agora maana ya kuelimisha watu wetu ke cher bikyok, ke propen bikyok, ke ngal bikyok, ke sengelelgei. Amune magi sengelelgei baryetab Kalenjin. Agero kele nenya yege aku nenya ma yege kumakitoi. Age sengelelgei ingoret nebo chomye, nebo konyit ak nebo iman. Amagengei yoi ke sengelelech. Amukoro tunege kitastai. Even America, when you see the level of transparency, the media, the public, the institutions, they must be transparent. Somebody can boldly say, why do I have to do this? Why does this happen? So, kung magikil kay bigap Kalenjin, ake sengelel gay, ake sarawan gay, kele yon yogi ke bati, yon yogi ke nyalule, yon yogi ke chite, yon yogi ke bati ake trindai. So, kunyo so mane, kukongoi, all our media groups, all our forums, jegi chere gay, kongoi, nyo mwana leke testai gile nyone, nyo wonge nyebelet. Amache lechi bororyetab Kalenjin, ke ngomitu, age ngomitu, mo arenas nyogo siasa, ke ngomitu economically. Ne chok ngololung ki siasa, put a bottom line, put a dollar sign. Ilechi, what does it equals to? Sumo chok mwa ungi ngolyonde nyi, imache inam, igas chilling meungung. Look at the bottom line. And the bottom line where you have control. Kutume loku, nyagna masarur, sukwa yagi yo machachi, so baryetab Kalenjin, ki mogore, kitinya tukuk, ki ngomen, tugararan korenyo, ke kilgay. Kongay, baryetab Kalenjin, stay safe, aga lechinok, laye, acham Bdelo, katep chikla kunyor chinyana Nairobi. We are in Chandarana, all supermarkets of Chandarana in Nairobi. We're in all Carrefour shops in Nairobi. We're in ShopRite. We're in Zucchini. We're in over 60 shops in Nairobi. And you can also, like online, you can bring it to your home. So Magu lasima iwatugani. You can just say www.bdelo.com.shop agiyalenet in online case to even you people in Australia, in Italy, in USA, they can be delivered directly to your home. You can order Bdelo and they can be delivered. Kongoi.
Kongoi nga kwek tugul jiga usube jagere ngalekap Jacqueline chikago koserengyo kalle sokot tajen nyi ngololji neranik entrepreneurs Western Region by Mastercard Foundation kalle tojin ngebeberata ge kongoi aramayo kongoi nga kwek tugul jiga usube jing betutab rani kimeche kele jokichamo kage itlet nebo tetutiet nebo betutab rani ko kuyi kakimwa kimagun chemya Jebiwot ngole iwendote kimagun ibor ngole imitei kiem promoten Bdelo al products chebo Bdelo imuchi orderan sege deliver kimeche koit kapsabit kimeche koit kebeberwek tugul kimeche kenyoru kingen kele made in Kenya eng emetab America anan ko emotinwechu kimi ko kakikesu tetutiet nebo betutab rani akoi tun betut age ketuiye tun ketachin Jebiwot kongoi Osea kongoi Janet kakikesu tetutiet nebo betutab rani.
Introducing Tocoms, the easy way to call Africa. Enjoy clear voice calls to Kenya from 5 cents per minute and Zimbabwe from 25 cents per minute. The best part is that the receiver doesn't require mobile data. Call everyone of up to 5 people. New customers get 10 minutes absolutely free when they top up using our easy top-up options. Download Tocoms today and stay connected.